back, everyone, to another episode of Together We Roll. What the?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Turn it on.
Episode 19, Part 2. Before we get back to the constant penetration of sparks.
Oh, jeez.
Why do you get over with innuendos all the time?
Well, that's a phrase.
The name of this episode is not going to be spark penetration.
Bye-bye. Killed another character.
Spark.
I'm not
Spark penetration?
any of those words.
Coining the name of the episode now, spark penetration.
I need to give a great thanks to the people I need to say thank you to before we get back so that we can actually get back to that. So, Corinne Mill, thank you for doing the art. I also have to say thanks Foxfire for doing our miniatures.
Speaking of which.
They did.
Oh, yeah. The model was from Chad CHDD on Thingiverse and then printed by Blue Dragon 818.
So check that out. And that's the other thank you I wanted to say because awesome. I like that miniature. Mm-hmm. Apart from that, and Sawdust Woodcrafting. We're doing a bunch of stuff on the table.
All our goodies.
Yeah, all our goodies. Apart from that, let's get straight back to the episode of Together We Roll.
Yeah.
And welcome back, everyone, to another Together We Roll.
I heard you almost mess that up.
I'm tired. But we need to get back to things. Right now, you are being shot full of arrows.
I'm being
by
perforated.
brute forcing a dwarven safe. How's that turning out so far?
I'm getting through it.
So, you still need to roll
And it's getting through you.
8 attacks.
Would you be able to, before he rolls, would
Yes.
you be able to give
But
her
while
eyes?
he's rolling 8 attacks...
I'm not going to roll 8 attacks because I'm going to do something else.
Okay. Because you still have 4 turns of things to do because you did that many saving throws. But, so, after going a traumatic experience of giving a cremation to Berian, as he died, turned into the zombie, and was trapped into a soul cage, which you eventually freed by unusual means. With Flan's assistance, he went off to do his own thing. And seemingly Berian, in an elemental form, mimicking Berian, or is Berian, uncertain, has returned. Roughly an hour later, and is currently trying to keep Sparks alive in the safe room that you all decided to go to take a look at the safes. And, well, right now you're brute forcing a dwarven safe by putting a window into it along the other 2 iron doors of the other 2 safes. To get back past the magnetic barrier, you turn into the badger. We were thrown into there and then turned into a normal Sparky boy again. And then you started getting perforated with arrows! Dwarven arrows tipped with poison, which you're naturally resilient against because you're a Dwarven Forge. Dwarven Forge. Hey, Warforge!
Wrong game.
No.
I didn't even catch what was wrong for a second. My brain just went, oh yeah.
Wait a minute.
That sounds right.
No, wait a minute. It was a
And then
dwarven
you caught
force,
yourself
and
and went, no,
the trap would
wait,
not
no.
be attacking it. It would identify it as a
My
friend.
madness is spreading. Welcome to the club, Yvonne.
I'm also just tired too.
Maybe?
Like
Yes, but right now
Say the password. Say the
you're
password.
in this vault. You have been hacking at this very thick glass case, trying to get into this spherical device that is covered by a rag at this time. You saved for additional 4 rounds as the two seemingly paused the trap for a single round, for a single turn, but it reactivated because you activated another precaution of beating the shit out of the item. Reactivating it as well. So, what are you doing? Because you have 5 turns to move. And
5 turns to do things?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a plan too.
Okay.
Eck, I need your help.
What do you need me for?
Hold the other side of this boat. We're gonna go in and help them.
I will take
Boat?
3 rounds.
I rip off another patch and it turns into
Boat?
a 12-foot boat. I give him the back end.
Suddenly a 12-foot canoe, 5 foot in width, suddenly just emerges from his clothing.
Use it like a shell. And then I charge in to get next to him. With
Through
the rifle.
Pick it up.
Okay,
Through a
first-
4 by
first of all-
4 foot window.
Oh, I
right?
thought you were gonna
No,
put
this
it
is
inside.
right side
No,
up
inside.
and
This
just
is
cover
through
the
a door, I
arrows.
think.
In the room.
What is happening?
So it's a 15-foot wide room, so it would barely be able to fit in lengthways. So you aim it, and how big is the window?
Well, we go in, we do the tent thing, and then we run through.
Okay.
I go and pick it up upside down. This is what you want, right?
Yeah.
As you guys move across the room, it suddenly
Want me to-
starts getting perforated.
Sure.
Okay.
It's going through, guys.
Be careful.
It's going through.
Yeah, it's starting to take heavy amounts of damage and will probably be destroyed in 2-3 turns.
That's fine.
Okay?
And we get to the pillar, and I stone shape to make the pillar disappear, so we can just take the top part.
Or melt away.
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast stone shape and touch the pillar on the well, and it melts away, and you suddenly see all the inner component, working components as the stone melts away, and a metal rod holding up the actual case is standing and holding it in place, still connected to the floor, and a metal grate that goes into the floor.
Jeez.
Okay, you're on your own. We get back out.
Wait a minute. Wait. We
I
can't
see
turn.
arrows.
How thick is the metal rod? How thick?
The steel pole is about this thick.
Where's the off switch? The
You're
off
dealing with a
switch.
bunch of dwarves.
Yes, but I'm thinking that might be easier to cut through than the actual object I'm trying to save.
Looking at it, you know it's not, and it's not.
Okay. I'm trying to.
It's glass.
Yes, it's like 3 inches thick and like
Can
covered
I
in
push
iron
this
bands.
forward again?
Yeah. Well, you've been holding. You and Devlers have been holding the sticks back
Right.
because it won't stay in place. You have to hold it back. Moving it forward, it does the same thing.
So regardless of wherever it is, the things are still continuing to fire.
Yeah, because the second trap mechanism has been activated, and someone has been designated as, by your thinking, has been trying to break in.
Right.
And they are just trying to stop that person from breaking in by riddling him with arrows.
Okay.
All right, one more plan. Well, you want to do what you do first?
You have multiple rounds, so you can do yours.
All right, next plan.
So our switches are having no effect either.
At this point, yes. If you did this before you did that, it would not
So-
happen.
As I'm back, we're backing out.
We're back. We're backing out. We can't turn around.
And then I put a pit underneath it.
You pull a patch, and almost like what is that movie from the Looney Tunes? No, not the Looney Tunes, but it's like a combination of real world and
Looney
cartoon
Tunes,
worlds. What?
Oh, my friend Roger Rabbit.
Yes, Roger Rabbit.
Portable hole.
Yeah, you pretty much rip off a small, like thick rubber hole and throw it on the
They'll
floor.
take everything away from under it. It's a 10 by 10 pit. It appears under.
And so the 10 by 10 pit appears partially underneath the stone beyond it as a pit blows and it just falls. You, with your build, catch it and you just bring it up, almost like a weird lollipop, as if there's a thick or a strange melee device, as now the ball inside is kind of rolling around with the cloth as you lift it up with this giant mace of a item.
Okay.
As you see the inner components, like a couple of pieces, fall out from the bottom of it because it disconnected.
The trap, not what's in the box.
No,
Oh,
in the pole.
Yeah, but not the thing. Just
No,
the truck.
That's fine. I've got 3 rounds left. I'm gonna drag it
That would
across
just be-
the line.
Yeah.
The boat is backing up. Let's go. Let's go.
When he gets to the magnetic
I am out of the
door,
room.
he's gonna need to be changed
Sparks?
back into something
I
else.
don't care.
Sparks,
No.
as soon as you cross
Priorities.
the line,
He gets drawn right to the door.
you get drawn
Oh,
right to the
fuck.
door, make a
Which is
strength
fine.
saving throw.
Strength. Oh, immovable ride.
Actually, at this point, you fail. As you're dragging, have this giant steel pole in front of you. As you move back, and you feel yourself like get lighter. It's getting easier. And there's like, as you get pulled towards the door and are just magnetized completely.
They were in the way.
Yes, they were. And Berian, make a dexterity saving throw, please.
As I'm dragging it.
Shit.
So that's
Wait a
when you
minute.
say you're welcome.
Do I have
so many patches to help you?
Question.
Smash me to the
Okay.
wall.
I turned you into dust.
It is an effect that you see.
This could be a bad.
It is an effect I see, so I'm an
Oh wait,
advantage.
no, you don't, because you have the canoe over your head.
No, he's facing forward, backing up. So he's the one that sees this.
It's not like I don't have my head in the
Wait.
fucking canoe.
No. It's a 15-foot room. You guys are side by side walking backwards. So I
Yeah,
go through the
20
middle.
foot.
No,
Make a dexterity saving throw.
the boat's too big. They have to go
Yeah, 21.
straight.
Okay, forward.
21, you ditch the boat.
It is an
Oh,
effect
yeah.
I can see, though, right?
Yes.
Now, the next question is this for half? That's cocked.
Doors, the biggest obstacle in D&D.
Lots of rivers.
And
the rivers. And
All
shady
right. So,
things.
question
And
is:
lava.
Fuck rivers.
is this an area of effect or a single?
It's a single.
I'm flying through it.
So yes,
So,
but it's not it's
I-
not targeting just you.
yeah, that's true. It's not
So-
just targeting me. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just
So
the
you
plus
cannot use
2.
it yet.
So, by the way, that's something to special ability.
Later though.
So that's 12 plus my 2 dex. So this is dex saving throw?
Yes.
Yeah, so 14.
You fail. So, you lift the boat to look at, and you just see Sparks' ass
Oh, no.
magnetizing towards you, along with a metal pole in his arm.
We're not in that part of the relationship.
As both you and Sparks hit and get drawn towards the door, as you both of you collide. As your head sticks, your arms go out, and the pole gravitates towards the bottom and clicks to the door. As you're just sticking there now. You're kind of just pinned behind him, halfway out the window.
Wait a minute. You can get out the window. Oh, right.
Well, he's
Oh
pinned
yeah,
right
I'm
now.
big enough, or I'm the window's big enough. We
Right.
can all get in and out the window.
Not with him in the
It's
way.
not like a window.
As the arrows
It's,
continue
it's
to
a window. It's,
Yeah, as you continue this, as the arrows continue to spray, even though there's no one in it now, for a good 2 minutes before it stops.
Darn, that's a
That
lot of
would-
ammo.
Fuck.
I was going to
Hey.
come back over
Hey,
the line
Free arrows.
to wait for them to run out of ammo.
Actually,
Did you
the
just
arrows
stop
have been disappearing after they've been striking.
Oh.
Yes, whatever.
That
That's why it
explains,
doesn't
that
need
explains
to
why I
be
don't have any arrows in me right now. I'm just perforated.
What?
Yeah,
They're
you're
magical
perfect.
arrows?
It's probably been worse to get
Jesus
arrows on
Christ,
if you'd be having the other side of the arrow than you.
Okay,
That would be
strength.
cool to have a bow with
Yeah,
magical
strength check.
arrows.
I'm gonna
Unlimited.
get through it, and I'm gonna try to
Unlimited.
pull. I'm gonna forget about the ride for the time being.
You have to,
guys,
for the sake of simplicity,
everyone focus.
go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, we're the lowest supercharged right now.
Everyone's supercharged.
Roll-
and everyone's talking over everybody.
Roll
And
4.
it's no
This is
one
going to
can
be your average in your strength. With advantage, make a strength check.
Strength check.
Yes. This is your average of several minutes of pulling, twisting, moving, positioning.
Strength check. That is going to be a 21.
21. So average of a 21. It takes a few minutes, but you eventually get yourself and the steel pole away from the door.
Am
Wow.
I out or inside?
Outside.
Good.
Impressive.
and I could help.
It takes
anyway.
about 10 minutes.
Most impressive.
Rest
Moving, cling, moving, cling.
As I hobble my way out, I'm literally using the rod as a cane because I have so many holes in me. We're gonna take
So
a
how'd
rest.
that go for you?
Got it.
Yeah,
Good for you.
let's see
I
the
hope
prize
it
that he
works.
won. Oh, it's a little bird.
Block, please.
Okay. Can
And I fall.
Okay.
Okay, so we're resting here then?
I kneel down next to him and I pick the lock.
Okay.
So we're resting here?
Before you do that,
Wait a minute, Davros. I thought you were leaning down to help him, and you leaned down to pick
He
up.
asked
Pick the
him.
lock. He told me to.
Yes.
Then he asked for healing.
I require healing.
I can't heal.
So now it's time to rest.
Yes, I'm just gonna lay
I
here.
had one potion and I used it 2 sessions ago.
I've got this. I've got this. And I pull out a big old stinky bag.
I can
I'll take the long rest.
I can bring the raccoon back to have us feel better before we rest.
I'm just gonna take my thing.
Isn't
of
that a
midnight.
casting time of 1 minute?
Healing word or healing spirit? No,
No.
Oh, healing spirits.
It's a bonus.
Oh, that
Is that
one.
bonus
That
spell?
one with the bad wording. Okay, yeah, I know that one.
Yeah. So
It's the
everybody
combo
just
line.
run around in a circle, and my
No,
raccoon
it's
will
once
go
per
better.
turn you get healed.
1d6. So more or less, in a minute you can only get 10d6 back,
Wow,
That's pretty nice.
and then we rest, not injured.
it's a healing raccoon, huh?
Ooh, wow.
Today it is.
It's a noble healing raccoon.
So 10d6. Okay, so
Has a
we're
little
all,
crown on his
we're all
head
doing
and
this
everything.
before you're picking the lock, I assume?
Do we all have to roll 10d6?
So,
Only if you want to get healed.
Davos,
Because you're running around in a circle behind.
looking at this now, half broken, seeing the thick glass cracked, and it's basically bulletproof glass. It's cracked, it's mangled, it's half bent, and as you go to the lock, you notice that the lock took a little bit damage too.
I figured.
The DC is gonna be a little higher because of it.
Yeah.
And you, as just generally look at it, it's a multi-layered lock.
Well, I rolled a 26 on Thieves' Tools.
So the first lock, as
We can't get out unless we
it
get
pulls out once and twists, as you feel the next lock,
This is
as
what I'm watching you now.
the cylinder lock pulls out and twists, and then you begin to start with the second lock.
Okay. Another roll.
Another roll.
I'm gonna aid him.
It's not gonna be as good. Oh,
Okay,
still not
so
bad.
with advantage,
I'm aiding you.
So 25 on the second roll then.
No, a little bit more. I hear it.
Okay.
and it slides in, pulls out. Sorry, your tool slide in, twists the lock to the right this time, and pulls it out again. So they have an entire tube, and you're getting at the very edges of your tools at this point, making it very difficult.
Do I still hear ticking?
You do, and
Okay.
it seems to be throbbing louder.
That's all I care about.
Yep. It was moving around. Of course. Yeah.
If I still
And
hit
make
ticking, it's
another
still there.
make another tool check, and it's getting tough.
Is he still able to help me? or-
Yes, I am definitely helping you.
Well, thank God, because that was in that one. 23 on the third one.
23 as you.
Thank God for that advantage. Wow.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm just
As
watching
you-
with intent.
Gentlemen,
Tastes like Swiss cheese.
at the very tips of your fingers, as you're starting to sweat, you feel your tools bend just in the wrong way.
Wow, this is
The
a
bent.
lock.
As you pull it back, you pull it out and you realize the tips are just mangled. You didn't lose it inside of it, screwing the lock.
Mending?
That
I
would
rolled
be
a
enough.
23. Even on that last
So it's
one.
25 DC.
It probably is. The other two made it 25. Which means I have to
It's been getting.
I have to roll a 17 or higher.
You know, as a rogue, it was getting increasingly difficult. So no, the last one was not a 25. It was a 15, 20, and 20 or higher on the next one. It is still hold, and you did not activate the trap because it ain't connected to anything anymore.
That's why I didn't check for traps, because I looked and like we watched the components
You
of the
guys
trap
quite
fall out.
literally just
So,
did the
wait for
Three
us to walk around.
Stooges impression of a bank robbery.
So
If it's stupid and it
Thank you
works,
for the
it's not
full
stupid.
because
Thank
then
you for
get
the
one
full
of these.
health.
I didn't say stupid, I said Stooges.
I was too hip touch.
And I can assist you.
You can try again if you wish.
I'm half-assed proficient at everything. I
What's
think
what's
it's-
your what's
Guys,
Okay, so hold on.
what's your
Focus,
tools?
guys.
Hold on, hold
What's
on.
your tools?
I got 2 of the 3.
Right.
If we wait and do a long rest, he can give me inspiration as well.
Right, but what's your tool skill?
+8.
Okay, so's mine. So we're both at
Yeah,
the same
I
level.
didn't
But if you work
expertise it.
together,
Right. I've been
But
aiding.
we
We have been working together.
if I
You
have
to
if
be
I have the advantage
fully
and an
proficient for this
inspiration,
one. Sorry, bud.
I don't
Half
need to be
of-
proficient to give one of these.
Oh no.
but he can't until after a long rest. So let's wait on that third level.
All right.
Well, what was in the third room?
A big cylinder.
Cylinder surrounded by 4 arcane circles. Most of
Which
them-
is
With
magic,
like the
very
metal
dangerous.
levels.
We decided to skip it.
For now.
No,
turn to
circles.
stone, probably disintegrate, and then one other alarm.
Wait a second. Why are you healing us
Are
if
we-
we're doing a long rest?
Just
in case something pops
happens.
up.
Fair.
Also, I see if to spell
And
magic
it's a
works on the
cantrip, so it
three of
doesn't
them.
cost them anything.
120-foot range. I stay outside the room as I do it, and I don't do it
No,
on the
don't.
paralyzed.
Okay, so you don't do it on the paralyzation one, so you do it on the second one. I want you, first casting, roll a d20, plus your casting
No.
modifier.
What does this look like when you're casting it?
So, yeah, actually, how would you like to cast
18.
this?
Angry dirt. I throw it at it to try and dissolve the.
As you just rip off a part of yourself and breathe into it as you, almost like a
Something's the
strange primordial screech, but very silently, as small primal runes get stuck in the dirt. And you chuck it, it lands, and the dirt sizzles, and it dissipates.
Alright.
And suddenly music starts playing.
Oh, that one didn't work. I'll try the third.
The third one, very well.
Yeah,
20
it's
plus
just
your modifier.
set a reminder for later when we're home.
24. 22.
Well,
22.
Unless it's a 12th level spell. As you throw the dirt again in the same fashion, the third ring
I didn't have it for a while.
vibrates with a purplish intense and then dies.
And the fourth one. And then I'm done. 15.
15,
14, sorry.
14. As you throw it, the mud sizzles, and you see a couple of popping out. As it's attempting to dispel it, but just not there.
I need to rest. It didn't work.
Alright, so we rest.
Right in the middle of a hall.
I
Between
collapse
two
into a
walls.
pile.
You see Berian quite literally from his elemental form and his clothing suddenly lose all form and just collapse in a heap of
Oh, no.
earth and rubble,
Oh no, is he alright?
with various bits of clothing mixed into the mess.
Did he die again?
Is he gone? I don't know if I can.
Yes.
Oh.
As he
good night.
reforms.
Oh, good night.
Is that how? Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Not quite a rock element.
That's gonna take some getting used to.
It was very discerning. And when he reformed himself over an action, the clothing got back together where it would be as
Now,
well.
I remember seeing that happen when he was fighting, but not like that didn't stay permanently. Like he went down into the ground and moved up to another place.
Okay.
That's right, you did see that.
I will, even though it's for a short rest, I'll do it anyways. I'll play the Song of Rest, just for giggles.
Like you did.
No,
Are we doing just
long
short rest?
No, we're doing long
Long.
Oh, good. Good.
But for the first hour,
In the vault room?
you get an extra hit point.
In the vault room?
Which?
Roll the hallway.
Who wants to keep watch?
The vault
I'm
chamber
gonna be in the
hallway.
I'll keep
right?
watch. Anyone else that keeps watch can do it at advantage because I'm always awake.
I'll take
I
the first one.
can kind of help you.
I'll take a watch.
You hear from the pile. Can I talk in that form?
Yes, you can.
Do you?
I can help you.
Sleep?
It is when you hear the voice come from a pile of rock and debris is again disconcerting. That also has a bunch of gauntlets and boots and
I'm just
clothing. It looks like someone just got like crushed under a bunch of freaking rocks.
I'm just gonna be sitting next to him. Do you sleep?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Do you eat?
I
Yeah.
hope so.
Fruity Pebbles.
I'm not hungry though.
I'll take the last watch.
I'll take the last watch with her.
Can I still tune to the heavy runes on myself?
Do you have a weapon?
I have a rock.
It's a rock.
No, it has to go on the weapon.
Technically, those runes were consumed by fire.
Well, at least when you play
I meant
rock,
to do that.
paper, scissors, you know what he's gonna definitely be now.
Well, he always plays rock.
Scissors. He's got the Clifford tape.
I was gonna say rock because he is a rock.
No, that's paper. No,
No,
that's
it's
scissors.
But after 25 years, it's like, I know what he's going to do, and I do paper. He's like, scissors. I'm like, damn it.
Actually, I was gonna play that you told me if it was important to do scissors. You always do rock and they'll fall for it. I didn't believe you, but I was gonna try it. Now I have to do scissors.
You can use those as scissors if you sharpen them.
This is technically in your character sheet. Is your intelligence not dog shit anymore?
You've noticed that I don't seem to be talking the same as I used to.
Actually,
How long in game has it been? And Davros is just like,
Davros,
what?
no, make a insight check.
Natural 20. So with the
He knows
additional,
the exact
so
stats.
hold on, 25 and then so 34 total.
Oh, whisper time. Whisper,
Wow.
whisper.
Whisper, whisper, whisper. Whisper, whisper.
I don't.
Whisper, whisper, whisper. Whisper, whisper, whisper.
Whisper, whisper. Whisper, whisper. Secret.
Yes, you do.
I have.
Yeah, I know, because we can almost
Yeah,
hear
more
so we
secret,
talk
secret,
a little
secret.
bit, so we can't.
Yeah.
Whisper,
Yeah,
whisper,
but-
whisper, 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 whisper.
Sorry, they're
Of
all
course,
here.
we just know so much he can't hear what's being told to him.
But,
Yeah, no,
okay.
you can still easily hear.
So for watches, who's on the first one?
Who's on our?
Anyone who goes can always roll advantage.
Okay, we're doing
Do you have
3
any
watches, or
You can just roll for them. Well, I can always help too. I'll just help you. You can do them all.
Well, so no one has to do a watch ever again. It's just you two
Plot
helping each other all night.
Basically, it seems. Finally, I am never alone.
You look like you were listening to something.
I was paying attention to you.
Oh,
You just.
This is me.
you're staring at a pile of rocks.
This is me, Nat 20 inciting.
You're staring at a pile of rocks.
Specifically 2 fingers.
Literally, with
However,
Sparks sitting there
that
cross-legged
was-
looking at the rocks.
Watching him over a short amount of time, you notice that there's gauntlets that used to be 5 fingers, 4 fingers plus thumb, shift to his new form over time. Thank God to all magical incantations have these body shaping mechanics so that the most normal humanoids can use such things. Pushing it to the extent, to the borders of what it can do, to a entirely new entity. It's still fucking weird to see a bunch of clothing, gear, armor,
It's incredible
supplies in a pile of rubble that looked like it just buried a guy alive.
It's incredibly camouflage.
Right, he could just
Well,
stay
it's-
that
if
way and
he's
nobody
not
would
wearing
bother him.
clothing.
Again, it's incredible camouflage.
Yeah,
right.
Right now it just looks like a pile of a bunch of loot.
So if the orcs come and take us away, he can come and rescue us because the orcs will just totally.
Orcs will pick him up.
Orcs are gonna arrest. Our orcs are gonna get us.
Well, you get the idea.
The orcs are going to steal him.
That was so 19 episodes.
18. We're going to deal in your 2 episodes.
Whatever.
Go back and rewatch
Whatever comes and gets us.
So
They'll ignore him because it's just a pile of rocks, and then he can come rescue
The
us.
pile of rocks
it.
full.
Moving on.
That's right.
Segue.
Totally ignored. Right.
Oh, okay. You bed. Try to rest for some of you, and having the emotional ride and still uncertain events of what has transpired, of death, being cheated, perhaps.
Right, we did.
What did you go through? Considering we don't sleep.
So Hazel's having
A lot of
nightmares.
smashing.
I am somewhat content with this outcome.
Agreed.
You know how an apothecary puts 2 things in a mortar and pestle and grinds it together and comes out something
Why
new?
is it weird?
I was that something.
That's
With
not
friends.
just him.
Oh.
Both of them.
Yeah, it's Flan's in it.
Says the pile of rubble.
He spent most of his time talking to Flan for like 10 years.
It's just
Now they can talk in their head. It's going to be so much more quiet.
it's just interesting. He's more eloquent, but that's not Berian. That's the flan side. That's
Oh, so Flan had a silver tongue inside that rock.
Maybe it is
that has
a
been Berian spoke very simply.
Oh.
It's not bad. It's just interesting. It's far from bad.
I put my head on one of the rocks.
It's hard.
What color are we in?
Well, there's some sand too, right?
Yeah, it's still rocks.
Still sand.
Hazel's having
Or we're
nightmares.
just stronger together.
Hazel's having nightmares.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
yeah. It was a long day.
Mm-hmm.
You figure. I think the
I
first
rolled
thing.
a 3.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I think one of the first things you have to learn when you're a soldier is how to just force yourself to fall asleep anywhere. So
That is
yeah,
very true.
I don't really have any problem with anything. I'm just like,
So I sleep for 8 hours. I wake up in a fright and go, open that fucking lock.
and I'm not awake. I'm still doing the elven trance thing. Just
You know, there's some people over here trying to sleep.
Wake up.
there were some people over here that were successfully sleeping.
Okay, so Devlus, you're trying to pick the lock?
Yeah.
And I'm helping him.
Okay, go ahead.
And I am watching intently.
As we all are. Oh no.
Ugh.
Okay, so that couldn't have been much worse, honestly.
So
And no, it could've.
Could have been a little worse, but the total is 14.
14.
Yeah.
So in your stupor of just waking up and not even having breakfast yet, you break out your tools and start to lock the pick up on the final stage.
Lock the
and
pick, yes.
You fall right back to sleep. In the midst of picking the lock. Well, for Elf, the trance. Just not moving.
I kind of wave my hand in front of his face.
Oh no.
Nope,
If
he's
you wake me
out.
up too suddenly, I'm gonna snap something.
I got an axe.
Wait.
No.
No.
I play a lullaby or a wake up song. I can't sing that song. It's copyrighted. I sing a wake up elven song with a
Very good.
I've never seen elf sleep before.
elf sleep.
Yeah, this isn't even a trance. This is me just falling asleep.
While he's checking on that, I'd like to ask the DM. I was seeing if I would attune or understand
Yes,
or get aware
and I
of
was
that.
actually going to get right to that, actually.
25.
25. So, beginning this song, and gently, 25. Gently, not arousing, whoops, gently,
Rousing?
mhm,
Just rousing?
just rousing.
Not arousing.
Just rousing, yeah, not arousing.
Missing a letter?
Very different.
Yeah, very different.
Waking him
English is that
up.
way. Gently rousing
Waking him up.
Davus from his trance.
Picking locks is a thing you do.
Ack.
And cash that bitch in.
And I hit him on the head. Wake up!
So,
All right, so-
before you roll or after you roll?
Ack. Focusing on this battle axe that was given by the Wraith, the commander of a dwarven entity that was having his face blast off and controlled, and then decided that he was not done. And then his vengeance was so nearly in his grasp, and then take it from him. While focusing on this great axe, feeling the wind, the invisible wind blowing on it as a slight black fog exudes from it, just gently. Again, being blown by an invisible wind. Several hardy dwarven voices echo in your mind, saying the same thing in dwarven, which you understand.
Luckily, I know.
It says, they say, as you see dark, as everything goes silent and all of it goes black, except dwarven figures standing around you. Dark. Not ominously, but with true intent.
I know you're focused on that box right now, but do you always
Listen well, whelp. Blood oath be made to thee that carried the vengeful dead. Add thy essence to the blade of seething fury to hunt the puppet master who says Augustus. Honor the dead.
Alright.
Yes. What's that?
Honor the dead, as they all chant.
You okay?
I will honor the dead.
No, he's alive.
As the blade, tips of the edge blade vibrate. Seemingly affecting
What you got over there?
I've never held anything like this before. Do you all see those people there?
No.
Just
No?
like you don't hear the ticking.
Sorry, you didn't open up the box yet, did you? They didn't come out of the box.
And again, the voice is honor the dead.
What is wrong with that?
Honor
the
the
blood
dead.
oath.
Do I?
As the
Oh, yeah,
blood
I thought we
oath
didn't know
beckons
that.
you to add your essence.
What's going on, Ed? What are you doing?
Hand on the blade.
Oh, isn't this interesting?
Great.
Shocked face.
Go to
We got
I
one
go to a
back
rage
from the
first.
dead. He almost lost one, and now we.
Stomping your leg as all you see someone slash this massive battle axe. And a gauntlet of blood flies from his hand, more than usual. As the blood arcs from his hand and then flows to the axe head as it sees through and darkens and blackens, adding
That
to the
doesn't look
iron
good.
head.
Oh, did they ever leave the fucking
I will
ocean?
reprint this because Pippin decided to be a little vocal.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
So I'll
so
reprint that, but you can
no
see.
problem. What is the damage I just took?
I thought we were not
You
doing
took-
the necromancy.
1 point of damage.
Oh.
Which
It was just very showy.
Can you handle that?
And then he raged and only took half a point.
Well, no, it took 1 point of damage.
No, I'm being sarcastic.
He's attuning to his weapon.
Right.
When I attune to weapons, I don't.
Long
do
rest.
that shit.
yes, everything's back
Yes,
to normal.
everything is back.
Level up.
Yay!
Da, 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 da.
Usually when things ask for
So-
you,
Getting back to
you
the
probably
boss.
should
During a long rest, all of you, those that have been able to, you level up.
Yay.
Oh, we
You
did.
regain all your hit points. You
Yeah.
lose a level of exhaustion if you have one. So you're at a level 1 exhaustion.
Oh, I had
Is it a cure, right?
Yes, you had 2.
Is it a cure?
And you gain half of your half of your level of expended hit dice.
Okay.
So if you're level 8 now, you get 4 back.
Ack? What'd you do that for?
I told you he's attuning to his weapon.
This is
not how you usually do
a very interesting weapon.
Okay. Do
it's-
you need
You
to
could have said that
identify?
before.
Necromancy
Or do
is
you
not a
got
good idea.
I got it. I may not understand it, but I've got it.
Okay.
Boom! I change it to a great axe.
As the bindings on the bottom of this tattered leather binding on this iron battle axe suddenly start to twist and rebind as the bottom of it grows, along with the axe with a heavy mist of black towards it for an action as it grows into a mighty black iron great axe.
And you know, that's not the strangest thing I've seen today.
That's true.
Okay, well, as long as you're down with it, I'm good. It's not gonna like make you evil and
Was
kill
you
stuff,
okay?
is it?
You okay? Alright, everything's fine?
What's your name?
Egg,
What's your brother's name?
gal.
Where are you from?
Well, that's a sore subject.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Where are you from? You're from that way, right?
My mother.
Give me your place of origin.
Well, we can't really tell.
I don't know where I was born at.
Okay, then it's you.
Okay, no,
That's
it's
good.
it's
That's you.
Yeah.
No, we're just double checking. You have had possession before, so
Have the bad, scary people gone away?
Yes.
Or
they
actually, they're not bad people. They're just they remind
Very
me.
good people.
When you drew the blood, most of them went away, and one of them placed his hands on your shoulder. You may not own a tune from that item.
Whoa.
Well,
Oops.
So what does your toy do?
Well, that would be why there's the wording in red.
What does it do?
Well, I don't like things that are undead. They scare me. Well, now I have something to scare back.
Fair enough.
Beautiful.
All right, unlock the
so
box.
can I get out of here now?
He's got to unlock the box.
Don't we still want to get the guy, or did you guys get him while I was dead?
He was
Okay,
like,
okay, no, we didn't get him.
No.
you got away.
I could have stabbed him, but I took your soul away from him.
But he like disappeared. He didn't.
I like that choice.
Thank you.
So hopefully I won't roll a 2 and a 3 on my advantage this
Yeah.
time. Oh, thank God! It's a natural 20. So with 5 and 7 and the 8, that's 35.
So,
Oh,
35.
nice.
not letting the blood ritual essentially disturb you in any way, especially with the nice, actually. Good alarm clock. It's quite nice to get woken up by a gentle song.
That's telling you that you can do your job.
Who needs caffeine?
Yeah, who needs caffeine?
That's right.
Because you just go, and you do it without even realizing, and you get that like inspiration moments that you do it without thinking, and you're like, how the hell did I do that? As the ring shifts all the way out until there's like 3 inches of metal just
Just lock.
coming out. You don't see the inner working of the components until it comes off completely, and you can actually take off the entire rim of it, and you can see the inner workings of the lock, and you realize you can change the lock right here, right now.
This.
It is a
Perhaps you should study it.
There. You
Yeah.
ever seen something like this before?
Absolutely not.
That is beautiful.
Do I see it?
yeah. You see it.
It's open, boys and girls, but
Maybe.
we can shift this lock.
No, it doesn't come out of the locking completely.
I know. I'm just sorry. I didn't make it.
Yeah. Sorry, you were doing this, and it's like
I was just.
yeah.
I
Don't
just.
do that.
Well, the lock is open, but
Well, if we ever need to put it back, we can always relock it.
and I can put a fresh unlocking. I can change this.
Oh,
Perhaps I can study
So
it.
maybe hold on to this box. But first, we open.
And
The box
then
isn't magical. It's not going to curse it later.
No, but it's
You
big.
also look at the box that is partially, broken and opened up. It's like-
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think the
You open
box
up.
is magic.
You open up.
it was beautiful, and now it is
It is
beaten.
well, let's see what your hard thought.
I used
Brute
5
thing
patches to get that for you.
Like I said, it's a bird.
It's still wrapped, I assume.
Yes, partially, as it was been tossed around.
I thought I saw a metal man. I did.
It should be fine. It was in a dwarven cage, so it must not be delicate.
So inside, after taking off this fine silk cloth,
Dun dun dun.
It is bent and tattered and is a massive ball of crumbled crap.
says,
threw it around.
"Haha, you got nothing." No.
Psych!
Inside, you find a steel-colored metal sphere made entirely of interlocking plates and slowly rotating coin-sized flathead screw heads,
Shit, it's
and slightly protruding gears/cogs. 6 inches, 6 inch in diameter.
Oh, sorry, I'm holding it like this then.
Light with a heavy outer rim shell that makes it feel like there's nothing inside. Along with it is a old piece of parchment with 2 long numbers written on the parchment.
Just 2.
2 long numbers.
What are the numbers?
They're long.
Oh, 2 long numbers, as in like serial numbers.
Yeah, like serial.
Gotcha.
It's like a model number.
I'm like, you're gonna make me make up.
Is it the same kind of drawing that I remember for my serial number, or like the drawing that I've seen before, or is it just
No.
actually a serial number?
Make an intelligence check.
Thanks. Intelligence isn't bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man.
Wouldn't that be history?
What's your roll?
I mean, isn't that history?
Does it
It's
matter on that roll?
intelligence.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. You're not quite sure. It's
Roll a 6.
yeah, one of the numbers is negative and another one's positive, and it has like 6 decimals.
Can you make anything of this?
Is it like any?
Can I
Does
even
he have
make a
any
roll
serial
right now?
numbers written down inside of him?
I do.
Not as far as you could tell, but you can.
Well,
make
no,
a-
because I have the drawing that I had.
Yeah,
at
you
20
didn't
on.
see any, as far as
Okay.
you could tell. Make an intelligence check to see about that.
Can I? Should I even make a check? I wouldn't.
Sure. Yeah, you've seen
Modify 20.
modified 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah, if you look at it and go, oh, that's longitude and latitude.
Holy shit. And I look at it just, well, I don't know about mechanics, but I know geography.
Natural
That's the
20.
location. That's latitude and longitude.
That is a global positioning, longitude and latitude. Now, with a natural 20, are you proficient in history?
I mean,
Not history, no. So it would just be my intelligence and
Okay.
the extra 5. So,
So
27.
what you would get is that you don't know how old this information is, but you do know from ever since ever since the days that the gods were ripped from this world, and basically all types of magic, physics, and everything about it just went to shit and became known as the Tides of Carnage. During that time of Tides of Carnage, and each location was different from the last, from various tidal waves to lightning storms to firestorms to quite literally everything turning upside down or inside out, destroyed every civilization known to existence, and basically put everyone onto a new slate. And also changed the freaking continents. It changed the
poles.
it changed the poles, and also it had the constant shift, tectonic plate shift.
Okay, so I convey this information. Like that's latitude, longitude, but
So
for these reasons, that
with a natural,
you might not know.
yeah, the natural 20, the location of that, depending on how old this information is, odds are it's probably not going to be where it is. You would need some sort of master map maker in order to find
You know, we'll go find
where this
Ooh.
might now be.
In the capital.
It's probably in the Desert of Teeth.
I mean,
Sorry, it's been a while since I said it.
Everything's in the Desert of Teeth.
We'll probably find that information is in the capital.
Oh, great. So it's probably a key to something else.
Or Lady Lola might know what it is.
I don't have papers.
We have the
You don't need papers.
stone.
Yeah, you just you could just go to sleep and we'll just say we went
No,
mining.
You just pass out in a car and you can just crash.
Now,
That's right.
holding the 6-inch sphere of steel-like metal, a strange
But we still
striations
have a
to the
meeting to
metal.
get to.
Yeah.
You
it's
feel
later today.
inner workings clicking and rotating, and when you touch it,
I'm going to use my
it
goggles.
matches the vibrations in your chest.
Goggles might need to.
Make an investigation check.
Oh my.
And that's a nat 1 and a 6.
You're looking at a 6-inch sphere with cogs and gears.
Alright, well.
I've got a long time and plenty of.
You gonna play it or not?
It's not a time bomb, is it?
Do you guys want to play with me?
The other room? Or
I get a
you wanna
very
go back
gentle
and go
shake.
see Lady Lola?
I want to get out of here.
I want to leave, please.
It feels
No?
hollow,
So no dispelling the other ones and try and get it.
but has a definite weight to it.
Oh, good.
Oh, looks like you
Object.
you know what I would do? I attach a chain to it.
We
and use it
opened
as
the
a
door
flail.
to the other vault, right?
Okay, you know what?
I think it's more delicate than that.
We got a couple of wins. He's got a good battle axe.
Well, what were you working on?
Right
I'm
now,
going to
Yeah.
secure this.
Okay, who's talking right now?
they pulled out.
Okay.
Who's talking right now? What's going on?
We were making a decision whether to stay or go. The consensus so far is go. Anybody want to stay other than Berian?
Do we have we searched the others?
I wanted to search whatever he just opened.
That was
That
the
was the box.
box.
that was
That's
the
what he's
box
got out.
with the 6-inch.
The only thing
Oh,
we have left is the
okay,
giant
okay.
cylinder,
All right.
which Berian had a plan to open.
All right.
I can try
I
and
follow you
solve more of the seals if you guys want to try that before we go.
Give
Why not?
it a quick try.
Bombs.
But you already got 3 of them. You've got the 4th
Yeah,
one.
one
What's
of
up?
them.
I only got one of them.
Make a perception check.
It's back, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That seems like a bad thing.
So
Let's just go.
You don't know when it came back online, but you notice that there's a general hum to the rooms of it. And you're like,
I'm
it's
just gonna
back.
try like 3 more times.
So let's blow on this and go upstairs. We gotta win. You're back.
We can always come back.
Maybe.
Alright.
So can we head up?
And I
Is there a way
accelerated my change.
Yeah, easily. The back way you came.
up? Okay. So we go back the way we came.
Okay.
Yes, did say
Oh
we
wait,
would be fine.
before we go,
Were we gonna check out the
Wait.
battle area?
the battle area. Yeah.
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 There's chests and shit in there.
Oh, yeah.
You talking about the pit?
No.
The room where I died.
Yeah.
The throne room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go back into the throne room. It reeks of rotting flesh. As there's just a heap of piles of bones, zombie.
Precipitation. Precipitation.
Going back to this terrible place that still gives you a general just unnerving sensation, even though.
You don't need
Well,
to-
the smell is one thing, but everything still has that. It's hard to explain that creep factor that makes you just uneasy of this place, where there's a general just like spook about this place, where the shadows are a little too deep, the corners are a little too far away, and the echoes here seem to be a little
I
louder.
really want to find this guy.
Hey, should
Do
we
I know his
destroy this
name?
altar so they can't use it anymore?
Yeah.
He
Sure.
was
Go ahead.
not. He
No.
did not introduce himself.
Okay, it's mentioned in here, so.
You know that name.
All right.
Because they specifically said the name to you. But you see the workstation off beyond the pit, where it had a normal operation of various levers and different pulley systems of flatbed crates that be lifted up and down, with various crates that can be lowered down into the pit or wherever it may go. And then you had the operation of this necromantic type entity that brought whatever project he was working towards to flourishing and awakeness. You still see the hundreds upon hundreds of hands making the decrepit, very familiar hand with the eye seemingly staring into you.
I don't like it.
You're not supposed to like it.
All right. Search the chests, guys.
You see small chests, a number of them to the left side, and you see a number of bigger chests on the right side.
I'll take the bigger
You
one.
said there was platforms that could be lowered into the pit. Right?
Yes, that's actually in the pit area, and directly in front of you.
All right. I suggest that I cast light on the wood plank of one of the things and just lower it into the pit so we can see what's down below.
That's fine.
Do you want to start with the chest?
Let's start with the chests. You don't need identify on your act, right?
Could you identify this bow actually? I forgot I had it.
Yeah.
Can we do it
What was it in your
after?
back pocket?
You,
As he hands you
I
a
was using my
light,
mid one. So.
as he hands you a lightweight all-metal longbow formed with 2 viper snakes' bodies coiled at the bow's handle grip, where one of the viper's head positions mouth and fangs open to just have enough room for the arrow to fit, so that when you draw it back, the arrowhead tip would fit in between the fangs.
all right. Well, while you guys do that, I will take 10 minutes.
So, 10 minutes as the black
Rub the bow here, rub the bow there, scratch my back with it.
with you.
Be careful of the
scratch, there's
fangs.
Shallow energy that sticks to it, and you could swear there's like a
Go
general-
like this with it. Yeah.
Oh,
No, just kidding.
and with a very
Other.
peculiar casting of the tech. Just take it,
Oh, I get to see it
because you defiled it.
Bard, it's got to be a show. Oh my god, it's a +1 bow. No, just kidding.
Oh,
God, it's +3 bucks.
Actually, it is a +1 bow.
Oh,
But I assume there's something else.
it's cursed.
Poisons the user.
Exactly. So you get that.
Yeah, I'm just,
It just spits a poison in your eyes
Every time you
Every time you draw it.
Oh, what kind of rogue are you?
Scout?
No, like,
Okay. This is what it does.
Is that a bow that picky?
Why do I feel like it's a bow that I would want?
So do you
So
want
is
to bring
anyone
it
going
up?
through the chests within the 10
Well,
minutes?
I would suppose I'd have to tell him, not hand him the card.
Yeah, you would tell him.
Yeah,
and just drop
lockpick
him
and
down.
detect traps.
So I'd be
But
saying
you're
that out
gonna
loud.
help. I thought you were doing the pit. I was gonna help you.
What is it?
I mean,
oh, well, yeah.
Well,
but I thought we were going to
I'll
open the
find
chest
out.
I don't
first.
see
if you like poison.
I don't dislike poison.
Oh, well, then it's good for you.
Read it aloud.
Have fun with it.
I'll show you yours.
Describing
if
the
you show
information
mine.
from one person to another that
I said it
identified
backwards.
it, unless you want to purposely keep it secret. Do you want to?
This is what it does.
As it poisoned your arrows, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of weird. Like, you can use an action to cause thick black poison to coat the arrowheads when drawn.
Yeah,
So
that
you
would
use
be
an action
one
to
action to
activate
load.
You,
Poison.
but you use an action to activate it basically for that whole fight, like all the arrows that I have.
for 1 minute, if I remember correctly, for the duration of 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
For 1 minute coating. Okay. Because for a second I thought it was just coating the one you already had notched,
No.
and then
And
you
it-
can't fire it till the next time. I was like, if it's already not. Okay. You're
So-
coating all the arrows you have, it only
Because
lasts
it's
a minute.
continually secreting poison
For
from the
1 minute.
fangs. So every time you draw, it coats the arrow and the arrowhead, and then you release it.
That's
Okay.
just
Was that
weird.
2d10 poison damage.
Ah.
I still have a fuck ton of that wyvern poison. That's 7d6 poison damage.
Can you
Okay,
mix
okay with that.
poisons?
We're not
Those
making
wouldn't
poisons are gonna be
stack, would they?
No.
No, I
Make
think
an
you choose.
intelligence check.
I'm
No,
gonna guess
They're two
no.
different kinds of poison, so
Just flat intelligence?
Yes.
14.
14. You've been told in your roguish capabilities that not all poisons can be mixed together.
Okay, so,
So you
wyvern
can go
and
one
viper,
way or
I'm
the
just
other.
not gonna try it. I'm just not
No,
gonna
no.
try
So what would happen is you don't activate it, and you can use the wyvern poison, or you activate it, and you can
You
use
get
that
the
poison.
free poison,
it.
right?
Either 7d6 or 2d10.
So,
Right, but 76 is emergency living things.
you cast light on the
2d10 is everything else.
on
Also,
Oh,
what
we're
I
gonna
was
open
say
up the
is
chests
if we
first,
know
Okay.
and I'm
we're
gonna be
fight,
detecting
we
traps
can use
and
wyvern
picking
poison on
locks.
anyone's weapon.
I guess
Okay.
if they need.
Honestly,
So-
I have enough of it. If we wanted to just burn through it, we could poison everyone's weapon with the wyvern shit before a fight.
Not shit. Poison.
But I don't
Exactly.
have a weapon like that. So.
That's true. But hey, you get a +1 longbow.
Hey, thank
'Cause
you,
I'm keeping the
Davros.
poison one.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, there.
Now we both can hit things with arrows. Good idea.
You could have done it before.
You. Okay.
It would have helped,
Well,
but
now,
okay.
now you can do magical attacks at range because
Okay.
during that fight you had to use your sword.
That's right. And it didn't work very well.
You can read it if you want.
would you like to know what this does?
Sure.
Besides,
Since you
other
gave
than
it your
changing
blood.
from one-handed to two-handed.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna try to look through the chests.
I am doing the same.
So, if we can find the followers of Udasgotras, I'm not sure.
Udis Gatros.
Udasgotros. This hurts them really, really bad. Like every time I hit them, it'll be, and they're followers of undead or maybe a necromancer. It does an extra 3d6 on top of the normal damage.
Ouch.
Now that's going to be a pretty rare thing to run into, but
I don't know.
on any time that I take a killing blow with this, I get that where I reduced my opponent to 0, I get 2d6 temporary hit points.
Explaining the egg faction.
I
Get healing.
it's like
After all
sucks
that, I'm
there.
like,
You kill people and suck their life force?
so it only works against like one set of cultists?
No. The 2d6 is any.
It works for undead or followers of
Oh,
the
all
nine.
undead.
all undead and
Oh,
those-
and followers. I'm sorry, all undead. So yeah, I'm.
Alright, I was like, wow,
yeah.
that is like the most specific weapon.
Specific
ever.
weapon.
No, it's
Design.
it's all undead or the followers of. So it could be a human necromancer.
I
and
want
it
to
would
roll
be
my
a follower.
history if I know what this name
Sure.
is.
and
Just
what
to
is the
know what
weapon's
it is.
name?
It's also known as the Sword of Lazar.
This is called the. Oh,
No, that's an axe, not a sword.
you want to try and guess what the weapon name is? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just want to see if I recognize the name to identify what the name is.
Gotcha.
If
Well, this
what
is called
cult
the
it is
Blood
or
Oath. And here's the thing.
Nope, not a clue.
So obviously I can change it to one-hand or two-handed. It does
Do you
an extra 3d6 damage to undead, or if they're not undead, followers of this undead god, I guess.
Okay.
And then if I take any opponent down to 0, basically
suck out
killing
their
them,
essence.
I basically absorb some of the essence through the axe and gives me a temporary hit points.
Alrighty.
I forgot to
Yes.
mention, I can never get rid of this thing now.
Oh, it's stuck to you, huh?
Oh, good.
Well, I can get rid of it.
Oh,
It's
it's
just-
your flan. So, I cast the spell I prepared because of the place we're in last night, and I cast Find Traps.
What?
I throw dirt up to see if any of it signals to me that that there's traps in the area.
Let me double check that.
It tells me if there are, and it doesn't tell me what kind of traps they are.
Could you always do that?
People's allergies, man. Come on.
When did you
Oh,
learn
that's
that?
right. I breathe. Sorry.
When did you learn that?
I don't know. Probably during
You
that.
don't.
Oh, okay.
What's this?
Oh, that's right. I only told you. The big guy kind of squished me and flying together into a paste and then formed us back together.
Sounds painful.
Wow.
It was.
The night when two become one.
You sense the presence of any trap within the range of the line of sight.
Does it tell you if it tells you where it is?
No, within 120 feet.
Okay, then yes.
That's
All
another.
right. Yes, there are traps. You have to do it the hard way.
Well, you can identify which ones are the traps
No.
and which ones are not.
But if there were no traps, we'd be good. But
Then
there's
how-
traps.
Oh, it just doesn't point which ones are trapped and which ones aren't?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Identify traps.
It would have been easier if it was a no. Apparently, people like to live in traps.
Thus, this
Inside their own
spell
houses,
sense
they're crazy.
Make a perception check while looking for traps. And you're looking through the barrels?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm nasty against undead.
I was keeping
modified
watch.
No,
Okay.
I have no idea.
But you do
Perception.
learn the general nature of the danger posed
Ma-
by the trap. Sense.
Poison.
You don't learn the location of each trap, but you learn the general nature of the danger posed by the
Oh,
traps.
what kind of dangers are there?
Poison.
Poison and falling.
Oh.
That's gonna be
Oh,
modified
there's
20.
poison and pit traps.
My perception roll for.
I
Right.
want to keep watch for if any monsters come back into the room.
Noted.
I would love to do the same, but people are probably going to want me to be looking for traps as well.
Go look for traps.
I'm searching for traps.
I'll go look
I
for
rolled a modified 20.
Okay.
and relaxing.
So where are you checking specifically?
The large chest.
The large chest.
Nothing I can do.
So roll a d8 for me.
If you want, you can help me with keeping watch.
Well, I mean, I'm keeping the watch.
Which
basically.
skill is
4.
detect traps?
Perception.
Perception, okay.
4. So you find yourself looking at a medium-sized crate that's about 4 foot by 4 foot by 6 feet. Rather big for a crate. And you open up the top. You don't see any traps right now. Do you open it?
Roll the 20s, yeah.
So take a moment with your hands. You open it up and find studded leather, basic leathers, chainmail, all piled together nicely, but not like super like organized. There's all bits of scraps of leather bits of armor.
I'm not good at finding traps.
Hey, Berian, did you need armor?
Studded leather if you have it.
Just found some.
That was very convenient. Thank you.
Indeed.
So it feels
Rich
special.
Oh, you know what? Humada.
Detect magic.
Humada. 10 minutes later, detect magic.
Well, besides you guys exploding with magical auroras.
I don't have that much magic.
I don't have that
I am
much.
magic.
Yeah, technically.
No, I mean, I really don't have.
Besides my bow,
I have
I
like,
don't think I have anything.
Yeah, it would go through this crate.
Now it's showing.
There is a small, the small crates off to the left side of the room, they all light up.
the ones off to the left.
And onto the right of the room, that when you first walk in, there is a tall crate, 6 foot crate. That is 4 foot. 4 foot.
This one, and this one, and those ones, and whatever.
Is
Whatever
this
he
sphere
just said.
magical?
I don't know. Is it magical?
The sphere.
The what?
Sphere.
The heart
The
gear
sphere thing that I
thing.
Yes.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays when it's raining. Of course, yes, it's magical.
Okay, I figured.
I didn't need to
I
spoil
say that last one that you pointed to, the big tall one, that looks like a spark box.
That looks like a rogue box.
The tall one?
Yeah, because a rogue should undo it. Let's not have our fighter get blown up.
Right.
Speaking of which, investigation.
4.
Looking for traps.
Okay. For the boxes.
I thought you said it was
Yes.
perception for finding traps.
It would be perception, but if you're doing something specific, you're looking at a crate. It would be investigation. If you want to change over to
Yeah, I was just kind of generally the whole
Either the
room.
crate
or
I
the
guess it
room?
would be perception.
That would be perception.
That's a 22.
22.
Yeah.
Going around and looking around. You do find one trap at a 22. It's actually in a corner, in between 2 running sections of a bunch of debris. And you notice that there's a slightly transparent rope that goes to the where your feet would be.
But we all kept jumping over everything.
That's true. Can I try to disarm it? Whatever it is.
You pick up a rock, you throw it in, it doesn't go off.
Hey, that was my foot.
Sorry about that.
Just kidding.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, great. Now we got to double check every time we pick up a rock.
Wait, 11?
How often have you picked up rocks in this game?
Not recently.
Because
I did find those gold coins in the diamond, though.
It's magic stuff. As long as you don't step on it, you're fine.
But does it look like there's anything of value there anyway?
No, it looks like a trap that was placed there to funnel people in and to flip them upside down.
No.
The funny thing is, you don't see the rope connecting to anything. It's just a suspended rope to nothingness with a slightly see-through rope.
Alright, I'll leave it alone.
So can you check the big box and the little boxes and the magical
I'll
stuff?
check the
Yeah,
big box.
he's better at detecting traps than I am. So
If you work
Oh,
together, it might
Oh,
work really
well,
great.
for investigation, yeah, I guess. So,
I
Looking
thought
at
finding
the big box
traps is
that has
perception,
slide
not
magical
investigation.
Huh?
finding them or investigating
I
them.
pointed out all the stuff you said was magic.
Yeah.
These
So
are the things you
all
should
the
check.
small crates on the left side,
Right.
and on the right side, only one crate exuded pockets of magical energy.
Okay, I'll start with the big boy then.
Did the small crates look like the ones that go boom if we hit them?
The collapsed ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Investigation for
Make
big boy.
investigation with advantage because Derek is helping.
Yes.
An 18 and a 19, which becomes
A lot.
27.
It is not trapped as far as you can tell.
Good.
I go over and I'm being really careful, and then I just throw it open to see if there's anyone near me I can spook.
It hasn't been truly nailed into place as the front part comes off, and you find
No one gives a shit. I'm just like,
rows and rows and rows of trays with small pouches held tied at the top and being held aloft.
Okay.
Yeah, we're both looking at
What's in the pouch?
You know what? I'll just. Can I go up to one and just identify it without doing a ritual?
Cast a spell.
That will be 1 minute, yeah.
Yeah, so
So 1 minute later,
how much ever I can identify it.
is what you get, as it's not a true magical energy, but is a magical substance of a sorts.
Okay.
It's known as moon dust.
Moon dust?
It's a drug, and that's all you get.
It has no school or anything or effects.
It has effects, but as far as you can, but the effect,
How to use them, whether they require use many charges it has. You learn whether the spells are affecting an item and what. I mean, you learn which
it's
spells
a
created.
combination of a substance that grows and has a natural magical imbued upon it.
So if you stick it in the bag of holding, it's not going to explode it.
No, it's not.
All right. So how much do we get?
There are currently 10 per row, per line, and there are 10 lines, and then there are 8 stacks of these.
So it doesn't hurt if you put them together or anything.
Would you like to put them together?
Hey.
They are currently dangling separated.
I don't think putting
I'd
them
take
together would be a
one.
good idea. Maybe we should
You take one.
open one up and toss it and see what happens.
I toss it into the pit.
Oh, we haven't searched that yet.
I already said it.
And this is how the world died.
And this
I don't
is why
suppose
we
I
never
can just
get
flush
good
missiles
stuff.
and catch it?
You see, a few seconds later, there's a slight silvery light. The pit down. Which there's definitely a floor to it, along with a pile of messed up plate armor at the bottom of the pit.
Oh, well, we don't use plate armor.
And it looks like it was partially collapsed in this room down below.
Okay.
And a bunch of crates downstairs.
So if putting it in a bag of holding, because the way a bag of holding works, if we put one in at a time, they won't touch, right?
Theoretically, yes.
Just don't shoot the bag.
Yeah.
The heads
Okay,
Oh,
check
Lord,
the other
platinum.
chest, guys, please.
This is my bag of holding that we're talking about putting drugs into.
There's also a huge amount of chests.
They're not mine. I'm holding for a
In
friend.
the pit?
Yeah, well, give us
We'll
a
work
second
on
to do
it.
here.
We'll
Let's
work-
work on the
work on
other
this
chest
stuff
first.
I will help
So
him.
you're looking
How
at
far
the
can
other
we see?
chest, making
Yeah.
a general
120 feet.
investigation
With
check.
your
As
detective.
you check all the chests.
Oh,
And with advantage, he's helping.
60 feet?
Investigation
How big is the
24.
pit?
24?
Three
All the
seconds.
chests are not trapped, as far as you can tell.
They're all safe, gentlemen.
3 seconds to continue.
Are they locked?
So.
Are they locked?
Some of them are nailed shut, but a majority of them are nailed shut, as there is no true locking mechanism. All single one of these chests don't have a lock on them.
Okay,
They are
yeah.
nailed shut.
These are the
That's fine.
squish ones.
Can I? Would that still be a thieves' tools things, or do we need just one of them?
Yeah,
to
don't
You
we
just
have
need
a
a
crowbar or
crowbar, and
something?
there's a crowbar nearby.
Wait,
as
these
well.
are the exploding
I am a
chests.
crowbar.
Yeah.
These are the ones we don't want to mess with, right?
No, these are the regular chests.
Oh.
Okay, so
The
these
small
aren't...
chests over there, if you open them up, they would.
Yeah, not touching those.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Nice
roll
person,
a
guys.
d8, please. If you're opening up a
No,
regular chest.
I'm not.
I am.
I was saying like, hey,
Oh,
someone big and strong, and I
Okay.
toss you the crowbar. Just none of them are trapped, but they're nailed shut.
I
You
took
can
the
use the
crowbar.
crowbar.
Just put the crowbar in
He's
between
strong.
the two things and
Here, let me help you.
+0, +5.
Drop the crowbar and just use my hands.
Yeah. Okay. I saw it.
Easy enough with your freaking.
How many chests?
Hmm?
How many chests?
Well, okay, I'll roll it. So you roll 3. Okay. So you open up and you find various different piles of weapons. Steel.
aha! Is there a rapier?
Actually, there is one. And there-
Excellent.
Oh shit! He just reaches in and grabs
Stop!
Too late. As he grabs up and rather simple. It's like almost like a basic rapier that has a basic handguard that covers the fingers and nothing too fancy, but is a functional rapier blade, 6 foot.
Is it magical?
Balanced?
It is not.
Is there anything in the crate that's magical?
No. It is basic weaponry that are stacked up of various long swords, long bows,
But it radiated
crossbows.
magic? It radiated?
No, the one that radiate magic. Okay, there are a bunch of small crates to the left side that have not been touched that radiate magic, and there's one crate of the moon dust that did radiate magic. That
Okay, and
is
everything
it.
else is just stuff.
Yes.
Oh, okay, well, yeah.
Okay, then can you open the other ones real quick? See if there's anything worth the value.
Is it balanced? Is it well balanced?
Rip.
It'll work.
It's functional and not the best, but
It's not broken, is it?
It's a disposable rapier.
yeah, you find armor, and this is stockpiling of weapons and gear.
Okay.
Is
You
what
can,
you
find,
opened
you
up.
can,
I'm sure
Make-
we
you
won't
can
get
Any
make
an
extra
army for
daggers?
raiding.
if you have
Yes.
trained personnel, you can make an army.
Hey,
Loads of them.
Davros, you need some more daggers?
They're always useful. I just take a couple.
I
Okay.
believe this is the stockpile of an armory.
Well,
They were
I've got
making an arm.
3
and
daggers
it's
now.
all just basic crap, and we can tell the doors upstairs and they can claim it.
Sure.
Because I don't know. You guys want to lug all this shit up?
No.
I look at the extra daggers that are probably really No, not really.
Tung, 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 tung.
Anything?
No, I throw them back in the chest. But
Wait,
like,
Yeah, they make a shit ton of noise.
Daggers
That's
are
another-
not that heavy.
how
I'm
deep is the
taking
hole?
3 daggers.
Looking down, the hole is roughly about
One of
80
them's-
feet deep.
I take out the obsidian.
8-0?
which one's better than
8-0.
I don't have nice daggers.
My ladder's not that
You
long.
got nice daggers.
that. Buy
Your what?
something.
My ladder is not
Wait,
that
I-
long.
I look down there. What do I
You got
see?
money?
So, looking down into the pit, gentlemen, to this 80-foot pit, you see a pile of broken bones and heavy plate armor down there.
That was what
Yeah.
I get two
Various
heavy
different
arms.
undead that have collapsed and are no longer moving. And you see, left to the right of it, almost like built just underneath the throne room, going along the same pattern. First of all, it's partially collapsed in from the left and right of it, of various different rubble. And this is a thick floor. It's a good 20 feet thick floor that they get to dig through. Make a perception check.
Uh, 20, dirty.
Dirty 20? Okay. You do notice amongst the various bits of collapsed rubble and lowering systems that go down of the crates and various different contraband that is down there, they all seem to be gravitating off to the left side of where you entered, the left side of the area, where a multi-arm statue dwarf seems to be no hip or down, just upper torso of a metal stone dwarf with multi-arms. As far as you can tell,
It's like 4.
as far as you can tell, 4, possibly more, down at the bottom, holding various different handers and equipment, along with a work table in front of it.
Maybe a way to get down there.
Yeah, the platforms that lower up and down.
Remove all the rods. Quick.
The platforms with gears that lower and raise.
Are there walls that we could climb if we were good at climbing?
It's 60 feet.
80 feet.
80 feet.
He just said that there were gears and levers that lower you up and down the pit.
Quick.
Do those platforms seem to be operational?
They do.
Oh, well. Does
Contingency.
it take somebody upstairs, or
I'm not getting on that.
does it take somebody
Yeah,
upstairs?
you weigh a lot.
It does take
Good
someone
idea.
upstairs to.
This is my room.
All right, then lower us down, and then you can click.
What
Are there
about
walls?
what about me?
climbable walls?
Actually, are you heavy?
It was loading huge crates on it, wasn't it? Heavy crates?
It's a 10 by 10 floor.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
It has 2 ropes on it
Are there also walls though that could be climbed?
for 20 feet, and then it falls into the pit because it goes into the ceiling.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot thick floor / ceiling.
So no. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so can you lower us down?
Yes, you can.
I would recommend 2 at a time, considering we don't know exactly how much those ropes can hold.
Heavy equipment. Okay.
Well, I mean, does this look pretty sturdy to you, these ropes?
I'm
Investigation
fairly
check.
certain that it could take.
I
a
walk
few
out.
hundred
I walk
pounds.
out onto it and go. It's pretty sturdy to me.
It's not sturdy.
Oh,
Fine.
Snap. As one of the ropes clip. I need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Well,
Nope.
they're their way.
If you remember correctly, as you were going through this, the specters aged everything.
It said, yeah,
As
that's
one
what
of
I
the ropes
thought.
snapped and the whole thing lurches to
Get out of
the,
here.
off to the right side.
Yeah, honestly. None of this is worth it.
dexterity saving throw.
We just-
This is not an effect I can see, right?
No, because it's
He
funny.
caused it.
It caused
Does
it.
this seem okay?
Well, I have
Did
to go
you
down.
make it up?
5.
Is it time for that
5.
sound effect?
And then suddenly,
Is that time for that sound effect? Louder.
as Ak just almost Looney Tunes just sticking in the air and just running for a half second before.
There's a little black puff of cloud from my axe as I disappear.
As it's actually leaving a black trail of black energy behind it.
I just
Anyone
look
wanna ride
over
down?
and I said, nope, I didn't think it would hold anything.
Anyone want to ride down?
Me.
You take
I'll
28
time.
points of
So we're
bludgeoning
going
damage.
Oh.
As a
Well,
half
he's down
second
there.
He's
later,
down there now. We don't have a choice. We were looking to see what was down there.
as a half second later, you hear a crack.
Are you okay?
But did you die?
Oh.
He's okay.
You saw onward.
Oh no, that was hangover.
Never mind.
Okay.
So, who's coming with? One,
I'll go.
two.
Well, I'm sure
We'll
it's
stay
safe
up
for
and keep
one
watch.
person.
You're
He
all fair.
weighs a lot. He weighs
We're
like
not using that
500
anymore.
pounds.
But he broke it.
So I'm using
There's
that.
more than one.
If you
Yeah.
remember correctly, everything in the proximity of these specters were aged rapidly, including you.
True.
Okay.
It's
Let's
dark
That's
down
okay. I have an
here.
exit strategy.
Okay, we have the second one. We're gonna go down in the second crane.
Sure, sorry.
There is a second crane. A little smaller one. It's only about 5 foot by 5 foot.
Okay, we'll only take two at a time.
Okay.
Okay, two. I'll lower it down myself. Looks like one of those guys at Disneyland cranking them up.
You eventually get down there, seeing the 5 foot by 5 foot. Who's on the freaking thing?
That was us.
Bring it back up.
How much do you weigh?
Derek, did you go down?
I weigh 260.
Not yet.
But
Then this whole side of the
I'm
table
a
is still
badger.
up there.
Oh, you're
I'm
a
not
badger
going
now.
yeah.
Really?
So before getting on this,
Sketchy.
suddenly Berian rock elemental form shrinks down and absorbs all his gear, and you see in front of you a badger, but then you have to double check it as it's a badger of colored smaller rocks. As you see in front of you, a elemental mimic of a badger.
Yeah. Still not the strangest thing I've seen all day. All right. Man.
He must like badgers.
That's what they all say.
All right, then bring it back up.
Wait, are we down?
Yes, apparently.
No.
Each time it does, it takes about a good 5 minutes to properly do it every single
I
time.
look at what you point at.
What's
And then I'm not even
Right,
gonna bother
okay.
Going down
to bar
there,
down.
since now there are 3 people down there, making a small crater. Not really, it's heavy dwarven stone, so it doesn't dent very easily. If anything, it dented your back and spine.
I'm just gonna monkey bar
inner,
down.
inner organs. So, now down there, amongst the various collapsed rubble of this 60-foot tall room, your eyes immediately go down as you were being lowered down to the left of the room on one of the walls, taken up 60 foot tall of a half torso statue of a metal stone dwarf with 4 arms in various different positions. Scarred to hell, has various different eye symbols all over it, and what looks to have zombie guts sprayed onto it. On the lower torso mostly. Of the 4 arms, you see like a hammer, you see like a jack, you see a what looks to be a chisel. In the other hand is holding in the process of dragging off to the side of its body to various different tools and a workstation that is wide and low, right on the floor and on the perfect hip location of this statue, in mid-motion of whatever it would be working on. Amongst the various smaller, small crates and bigger crates next to it.
Anything magical?
Taking 10 minutes again.
No, less than a half hour.
It lasts for half an hour.
That's for half hour.
It's like magic, I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was 10 minutes.
I thought it was
Okay.
10 minutes, yeah. So,
Well, either.
taking 10 minutes to cast it again.
No, I just cast it.
Okay, you just cast it. Detect magic. Yes, this thing is giving off several different incantations of transmutation, evocation, and abjuration.
Oh, come on.
And each of the hammers
the statue
are
is, right? Like,
the entire statue and all of its work tools.
So
And it's
gold.
heavily scarred and defaced.
Sonny, is the armor magic? There's some armor down here.
No.
Nothing else is magic.
That-
Oh, the plate
Yeah.
with a bunch of bones? You recognize this as the full plate mail bone entity that was going against Sparks, but then got punted into here.
Any of the crates down here magical?
The collapsed ones, yes.
And we don't want to mess with those, right, guys?
No, that's okay.
I have an idea.
Oh god.
I think I need to get a shirt that says "I have an idea."
God.
It's a picture of
I
action.
have an idea too. I was going to
Let's
identify the
take
statue.
take the armor and put it on the workbench and see if it starts working on the armor.
Why don't I identify it first?
As I'm picking up, take all the fun out of it.
10 minutes. I identify the statue.
The giant statue. Okay.
Hazel's dying now.
Most of the identification spell is immediately absorbed, and you get nothing but fuzzy information.
Still claw.
The information that you do get from the partial completion of it,
This one's a claw.
as you only get a little bit, you get the general idea of one, it's mostly broken. This thing is ancient beyond belief, and it's mostly broken. Two, it is meant to be doing magics that would fold the reality itself.
Oh,
Oh, so it built,
It
All
was
right.
used in the war.
so
it built the crates.
I get all that, and I'm like, do I see? I just take a 360. Do I see anything else magical down here?
No,
No bags of money or anything.
not that you can see. Make a
Alright.
perception check.
While they're down there, can I just like sketch?
Just sketch randomly.
Yeah, sketch
18.
like different things from like while we were traveling.
Sure, no problem.
18%.
Sketch this.
18 perception.
Nope. I don't
Looking
have
over,
anything to do
and
with
not really. You see various crates that are half open. You do see.
I cast light on one of the lids of the crates,
Okay, easy enough.
so we got a light source. True, but it could help. See
Amongst
stuff.
the pile of collapsed rubble, you do notice that there was a crate that's half crushed over there. And you see a small, amongst the various pouches of what looks to be something glittery substance inside of them.
Not magical though.
Not magical.
Glittery. I go over and take a look at it.
By the way, this arm is still a chain and a claw, even in badger form.
Hmm.
And I go back and I mold earth to get the dirt off of it.
You're able
In
to.
your.
in your
I turn back and
Okay.
I do mold earth to get the dirt off
Okay.
of it.
So, coming back to normal elemental born, and then you cast mold earth, get the rubble out very easily, and making sure you don't do.
I thought I'd never use this cantrip.
Molder.
Yeah, but doesn't it go back to normal after a certain amount of time?
Okay, but we'll be out of there by the time.
Yeah, so it's simple enough. You can take the stuff out, and you find yourself looking at bags of gem dust, of various different types of gems.
Okay.
It's a small crate, but it looks like it was a crate of gem dust.
That could come in handy for
Not for the
certain
moving.
cats.
Not for the moving inside.
But
that
it's
one
in
just
it's
moves
in
it.
bags, right?
It's in, well, yeah, it was in bags until it was crushed.
Okay.
There was a couple bags left, and it looks like a lot of them got mixed together. But you would gather, especially with people that know this a little bit better, roughly 1,500 gold pieces worth of gem dust.
Okay. Put it in
Variant?
bag.
Yeah.
I'll give it to her to put it in her bag when we get up there. Okay.
Was there any other tunnels
Can you write
leading
that down?
off from the area here?
Along with the other bunnies.
Were there any tunnels or doors
1,500
leading out
gold.
from the pit
Gem dust.
in
Yes.
different directions?
Several, actually.
What?
There's several tunnels going out from the pit here. Do we want to investigate
There
or
are
just
a total
leave?
of 3. 4 if you count the one that is collapsed in. That is currently inside.
We got a meeting in like 4 or 5 hours. We can come back, I guess, couldn't we?
Theoretically.
We haven't completed our mission.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, we did.
They're not going to go back to the bar anymore because
We freed the souls.
We feed the dwarf. You got his battle axe. That's kind of like even proof right there. I mean, yes, we need to come back down here and hunt undead, but let's. I don't know. It's up to you guys. At this point, my brother's back.
I'm
Bruce?
done.
I'd also like to point out
And
it has been
Derek?
a while.
Since you were investigating the boxes the most, this time you realized that there has been always a symbol somewhere on the box of what looks to be a time, like a punch card. Each one has a different, number towards it, but it has no meaning to you. But each one has a time, not like a punch card.
That's timestamp.
Yeah, kind of like that. That symbol of a card.
When you gotta go into work for your lich of a boss and you gotta.
Alright.
But it's on each and every
Can we
box,
just go back up?
suggesting that it's a symbol
Yeah, let's go on.
of an organization.
Okay.
Great.
Come
I'm sure
back.
they'll be
Do
pleased.
I recognize that symbol?
Yeah.
We're gonna come back up. Watch this.
Wait,
Wait, stop.
you need to lift him and carry him.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Can I make you better at carrying stuff?
Just say yes.
Nothing bad happened the last time you did something, so sure.
Giant eagle.
And you hear a twisting and forming of metal to flesh as suddenly, as flings fling out, as you see a giant metallic colored giant eagle.
Looked like one of the eagles on top of the Empire State Building.
Yeah. Can you bring us all up now?
A little bit, but you are still a normal eagle, just with colorations difference.
Well, it's a giant eagle.
Is he gonna be able to carry me? No,
Way to find
I know
out.
what birds do. No, because I can lift it up in the air. Don't drop me. Don't drop
Birds
me.
like turtles.
Finding off your primal instinct of giant eagles is yes, turtles hate giant eagles for this purpose, as they fly them up just like this, and they would drop them down so that it would break their shell and they would eat the innards. It is a story told to the children, and those that don't listen usually don't come back, and you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
I want to draw the image of Ek being flown out.
Yeah.
Fuck you
Can
guys.
you bring us up, please?
Yes. I'll throw him, come back down.
Throw him.
I'm going to toss him so he rolls.
Gently toss.
There's no gently toss.
I'm going to
to
lob
that
the turtle.
creature.
You
I'm
call that a
475
landing?
pounds. There's no gentle about it.
I will lob the turtle.
However, it does take a little bit, as he's a heavy person.
Oh, he's bad.
Yeah, so there's no gentle about it. As you are a large creature, he's a medium creature, but he weighs as a large creature.
He's a giant creature.
Yeah, he's a giant.
Is it
Yeah.
my
Large.
whatever.
Okay.
Someone size above large.
So suffice to say we all get back up quickly.
Yep.
Yep.
Come back down, hop on, get up.
Let's peace out.
What's the CR of a giant eagle?
It's just one.
Ah, okay. Ah, fuck.
Carrying capacity. now.
Really? 0-1. I guess we did.
Well, I have a bigger flying creature, but I don't think he would fit out of the hole. No.
Okay.
If you
Carrying capacity.
Do everybody want to grab one moon dust? Do I know if this is like an illegal substance or something?
Make a history check.
I'm gonna make
I
a
as well.
history check for a while as well.
12,
I wouldn't know.
I think. Hold on.
19.
I've been reading
19.
books.
It is very illegal. It is substance. It's a very dangerous substance that allows you to see beyond what you are able to see in the night sky. It basically allows your eyes to see beyond what the cosmos is allowed, and you just see images beyond comprehension.
No,
So it's like
And
no.
it is actually a Kodale Dynasty drug from the Kodale Dynasty, which is why it messes with the one's psyche, because if you stare into the void might stare back. And there's been times where people just been doing drugs and just go fucking berserk.
Okay, so I'll take a pouch, I guess.
Okay, you take one pouch.
What's the worth of one of these?
With a 19, one pouch is roughly worth 500 gold pieces.
And how many pouches are there?
We have 100 by 800 pouches. Well, less than 800, like 799
And with
pouches.
a 19, does it say if you put the pouches together, they'll explode or something?
They are rather versatile. If you shake them around too much, they won't like explode, but they will pop in a silverly light, which is actually pleasantly nice. And
Oh, that's
they
why I said on
were
there.
originally made for fireworks. Funnily.
And then someone sniffed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Got high.
So I could take 2 pouches and put one on each side and I'd be okay?
For the most part, unless someone kicks you. And then you'll be covered in silver dust.
It'll just shimmer.
I mean, it'll
How
probably
would they
be
use it for
noticed
fireworks?
by
Attach it to a
the
flaming
people whose drugs
arrow
they
and
are.
shoot it in the air?
Whose drugs are they?
No, they just
The mafia that
shot,
we're going
shot out trees and
for.
stuff like that.
That wasn't in the collapsible crates.
It was.
So
Didn't it have a symbol on the outside of the box? Of
Each
the outside
and
of the
every
crate?
box that you're looking at has that symbol.
Oh, I don't want it. Yeah, whatever.
You just toss it.
No, I,
Into the box. Oh,
I did throw one into the pit.
however, it might be good to take one with us to show them that we found it.
Here, just to show you that we were down there.
Yeah. So we take one to show, and if things get nasty, we can just toss them out.
Or toss it in his face.
Toss it in his face.
Sorry.
So we'll take one to prove
Peace.
we were here.
Okay.
I don't need any of the other crap, so let's go.
Out. I'm done.
Yeah. Do we run into resistance, or do we just pop out at the bar?
You stumble into an occasional zombie that is just being a zombie, and one skeleton.
Little
Lightning
Tim,
strike.
Bobby.
Yeah, exactly. So there is minor undead presence in this facility.
Hey, you can test your
We already
you
went
can
over
test your
this.
axe
Of
out.
course, they're minors.
Sure.
Yes, it's a mine.
I'm not. Why would I?
Because there's minor undead, and we have the guy with the undead slaying.
Never mind, there's a
Okay.
wraith here, and they all suck you, and you die.
Well, no. I mean,
No, we've got a wraith killer.
Yeah, he can do an extra 3d6 damage
Going
every
to
hit.
fuck shit up.
That's one way to put it.
Fighters do one.
So are they
one
up there
thing
waiting
only.
for us, or what?
Going up there, and yeah, when taking a few moments, it takes roughly an hour to go back up the track from the mine carts that you went down in originally.
Yeah, right.
Much easier going down than going up. So
No, it was hard going down. I had to walk it. It's
Well,
the same
You
amount
made it
going
actually
back
not
up.
that long.
that
Dude,
is
that's
true.
one.
That is very
Keep
true.
complaining.
I didn't write it
Keep
down.
complaining, old man.
Yeah,
Hey, it hurts.
Well,
He
that's
actually
what
had
you
to
get
walk
for
through
being a
wraiths,
human.
so you know he went through the.
They age so quick.
You try aging 30 years, see how you like it.
Well, I mean, it would have to be the equivalent for 30 years, because if I age 30
Oh,
years, I
because
would
you're like immortal now.
I mean, I have as well.
I'll rub it in.
So are they up in the bar?
With that argument, you get up to the kitchen area of the bar, still having that crate splintered as it was exploded open and didn't have enough room to do, and a various amount of just arsenal of weaponry all over the place, some of them in the wood of various different parts of the kitchen.
I almost forgot about that.
I did.
Did you
Stepping
detect
over there,
magic
you open
on
up the door, and you see
No, it's the cartels.
Okay.
you see God
Oh.
currently sitting down on the pieces of furniture that have not been destroyed, just currently smoking. Well, no, actually, he can't. He's not doing that right now.
He's what?
Never mind.
He's having a chat.
It's like the one from Beetlejuice.
That's exactly what it does, but he does it very privately and with a substance that is
Not a cigarette.
potent.
Hey, guy, how you doing?
He turns around and you see a colorful scarf, and he just starts and opens up with a mighty inhale of air with his.
His belly, or
No, not
That's
his
why
belly.
it's his hand.
Musical
That's right.
instruments.
His
Not pipes.
Accordion.
Accordion.
It's
yeah.
not actually accordion. It's something else.
Yeah,
box.
it's.
Squeeze box. There you go.
Thank you. Jukebox.
Squeeze box.
Squeeze box.
Squeeze box. Juice box.
Juice box.
It's his juice box.
Squeeze box.
It's late. Please forgive me. As he opened it up, just give a jovial welcome, and then he kind of.
I'm sorry. They put the face back on.
There's a lot to explain.
Long story, good outcome. Ghosts go bye-bye. We go get battery.
Yes.
Hey, your
He gets
brother.
up.
Your brother had lots of ideas.
He walks over,
I did.
And a new weapon.
One of them was actually
puts his
pretty
arms
good.
up,
Which one was that one?
I don't know. The one to take the axe.
still waiting with his arms up. Expects your back.
Why does he do that?
Puts his arms up to Berian.
Because he knows what you have.
Gives a hug. And he's like,
Hey.
puts up to Hazel.
Yeah.
I just pat his head.
I need.
Shoulder. I had a hole from riding the minecart, so he stuck something in it to make it look. It looks good.
Embarrassed face.
It doesn't look bad, is what's important.
It looks better than a hole in your head.
You know, exactly. And one of these days, I'm going to kill someone with it.
Good.
He just turns his head with a.
That I believe that.
Way to bright side things.
I believe it.
That would be rather
I guess we need to
gory.
get that enchanted.
He kind of just motions toward all of you.
Well, whatever it is,
Protection.
whatever creature he uses on will get the point.
And
Yes, God.
Took
What you were
psychedelic-
saying?
God
That one.
turns around and walks towards the balcony, taking a bell and just rings it. Dun 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 dun. Dun.
Saying we're here, we're back finally. We're not
And then
dead.
all the ghosts attack us.
We're back and we're not dead.
I sit down at one of the table.
And we're not minus a
God has somewhat made the what the remaining tables somewhat presentable, and it looks like he took advantage of the remaining storage food in here that he had. It looks like bits of strips of bacon, some sausage, a couple of cheese that had the mold cut off, and a couple loaves of bread that 2 days old. Not bad. It looks like he was just kind of doing his own thing. And also, it looks like he's been drawing holy symbols on the wall of various parts of the building.
Fucking fair.
So do they show up?
A few moments later, yes, you get the thud, 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 thud. As you see a familiar Goliath, shirtless still, has the suspenders now, which really honestly is more just style than anything else.
We call him Terry Crews now.
And along that had the tattooing along his part of the body, going up his arm and face. It was left side, if I remember correctly. Right side of the body, my bad. So right side of the body, as he just looks you, and steps inward along with his crew, matching your numbers and a few more, as the Tall Grocer in his suit, but has taken off his jacket to only his white business suit, as he looks over with his spectacle and tall hat, and looks over towards you, and just like,
Don't ask.
Long story.
Don't worry, this isn't even my final form.
I believe that too.
and he just bats it off like, whatever. Still a halfling, small individual, puffy cheeks. No belly though, but he has puffy cheeks. It's just part of his natural body. Looking over, takes off his hat. Is it done?
Well, we have multiple things for you. One, they won't be coming back. As you can see, we made it. You have tons of your equipment down there.
Yes, it is.
And I slide the pouch over. And a large crate of this you might want to get your hands on real quick.
He does a small hand gesture and a small purple hand.
Well, we could have used that a lot down there.
Back.
And he places it in his hand and just takes a little bit of finger.
So, battery?
Z-
One moment. What did you find down there? What
Where?
was bringing it back?
Huh?
I have been given strange descriptions, to say the least, and I want to know what truly came back.
There was a lichy dude who made some ceremony that brought back and I described the lumbering thing that lumbered off.
He just listening to it until that lumbering thing is just like he contorts his face for the one of the very few times that he has. It's like,
But the ghost of the dwarf that was haunting here,
yes.
hold up your hand, Eck. With the weapon.
No, the other hit.
Take it off your back.
gave us bit. Make it look like it was. Gave us that to finish a different quest. And then he's been.
Eck.
Put it back.
Put it away.
Don't scare the nice man who's going to give us a battery.
Right. We get the
Now,
point.
It's okay.
Literally.
Anyway,
Very lively for what you have done, but it has been a few days. We assume that you were killed.
A few days.
It's been
one
one.
day.
One day.
It's been a few.
No, we had one long rest.
And
That was
And
short
I'm
rest.
telling you, it's been a few.
There's some.
Then time is different up here than it is down there.
I don't know what you saw down there, and I don't know what you did. But I'm assuming that you've pillaged plenty down there.
Did we miss?
We did what?
Pillage. You've took plenty of supplies, but I will not
We didn't
charge
take
you.
any of your crates.
no,
We left every single crate.
everything with your mark.
And of things that weren't in the crates.
What do you mean?
Did you take anything that weren't in the crates?
We opened the vaults.
Well then, what'd you find in the vaults?
That is for us to know.
Just
And I would like to find out.
platinum and a bunch of nasty ass traps.
Platinum, huh?
Oh yes, many traps. Notice all those scratches and holes.
Fair enough, you can keep the platinum.
And the traps, there's one that we couldn't get through the traps.
Oh yes,
Yeah, it was
So,
like full.
large iron bar in the middle.
However, the doors are open for you. Have at.
So you can try that one.
But we took nothing with your mark on it.
Do not touch the goblet.
The what?
The goblet.
The goblet.
Yeah,
Don't touch
there's a goblet
There's a goblet.
in one of the vaults.
Double arm.
It's a booby trap.
He looks over to one of the people behind him, and to a dwarf that's covered in bruises, and just goes, "Very well. Get the platinum." He puts his arms out, puts his hand behind him, and a very familiar cylinder, wrapped in leather, is given to him.
No, we lied
And
to
he puts
you.
his other hand out, and another one is placed in his hand. And he looks over to Ed. Do you have anything else to tell me about lately, Lolo?
I don't know.
Honestly, we don't know
I
her
don't
that
know
well yet.
anything really about her. She's a lady.
We took an airship together. That's it.
I don't know.
She
It
dresses.
is still here if you so choose to desire such benefits. As he puts the battery backwards behind him, and it's grabbed, taken. It is yours.
Is the benefit a second battery?
It is.
I take the first one. And I wrap it.
From a 7-foot tall person, and he's not imposed whatsoever, as he hands over essentially a person that is
It's
4
literally
times.
just a.
Yeah, it's quite literally taking it from a small child, essentially.
I'll unwrap it.
It
Oh,
looks
look
like
at this wonderful drawing you made.
new,
Put it on the fridge.
new container
So I
of
put it in my
sand
fridge.
with a small little pinch of that black tar substance. Not fully new, but definitely better than yours.
Does it look like it'll fit mine?
Make an investigation check. It looks similar enough. You think it would fit just
At
fine.
the very least, I can clean the one out and pour it in.
Does it have
Would I
a
be
same
able
serial
to
number
look
as
at
you?
it?
You would have to hold it if you want to take a look at it. So,
What were you wanting to know about Lady Lola?
I was going to ask that too, because that was a smart.
why would you want to know? Why would you want to know more about your business proposal? To expand my empire, nothing less.
Okay, that kind of didn't come out the way I expected. If you want information, we don't know what we don't know, so what do you want to know?
I want to know if there's a possibility to scratch the itch that she normally can't. I want to see if she wants something that she can't get. And if she needs us to get it, well, perhaps we can help her with that.
Do you
And
have
I'm
a
sure she has very deep pockets.
You have a business card?
He turns around for his jacket and he's given to him immediately and grabs into one of his pockets inside of his normal jacket, and he pulls out a coin.
What's it worth to deliver it?
Nothing at first, but if it bears fruit, it'll be worth a battery.
Question.
Oh god.
Do you have access to other versions of Cell?
Possibly.
Bottom line here is, they can get stuff nobody else can get.
For the most part, yes.
I gathered that from your business proposal.
And I gave you that longbow under good faith.
Because you're kind of wearing it.
As you're wearing your new vapor longbow.
Like,
Oh.
I forgot about that.
Fuck.
That whole
That
thing.
was yours?
Everything in that tunnel is mine,
I did
yes.
not make that connection. My apologies.
Of course not.
Picked it off a zombie.
But you have given me far more than I could ever ask. And I give you my respects. Taking his hat to his chest. As he looks one eye backwards, and the rest of them, those that were adorning hats, for the few, take off their hats. We may mourn for our dead again. Thank you.
one last thing.
Hmm.
Your dead, at the end,
Hmm?
acted with honor and helped.
And I would never treat them... Oh, excuse me. I would never have doubted.
There was a big thing that ran off though.
We told
We
them.
told her. This coin,
Hmm.
this is for us to show her or give to her?
Give.
If we wish
So-
to return for business, I am guessing you will deliver a message.
We will be here. The excavation is always endless. Our loan needs to be reformed, and we will be here to make sure it's done properly.
Gotta start with the
We,
foundation.
we are known as the Kyndred Strangers.
Pleasure to meet you, Kyndred Strangers.
And I'm guessing that the debt owed to you is now paid as well?
Indeed, you may tell the Coinbrew estate, the redacted Coinbrew estate, that she is no longer needing payment.
Excellent.
Additionally, if you ever need more assistance from the Chronocard Brigade, always find us.
Chronocard Brigade.
Chronocard Brigade.
Pleasure doing business with you.
And a pleasure to you.
I'm sure we'll do some more later.
Additionally, if you find anyone looking for gigs for voice actors, hit me up. As he turns around and goes,
Is it okay if we pay you an exposure?
Fucking damn it, Gabriel.
Not
No,
exposure!
no, I didn't actually say that. I'm sorry.
oh yes you did, as a small little purple hand smacks you.
Oh, I wouldn't have said.
You deserve that.
No, that was funny to leave on. That wouldn't even make sense to Davros. He didn't say that.
All right.
And
So
You want to get
we head back to
mob pass,
Congress,
exposure.
Very well. Going back through the excavation sites of the various big chambers with the classic dwarven style of adding more rooms as they need more places to grow, almost like like a stone tree growing at the side of the wall. You leave the hundreds upon hundreds of dwarven workers moving heavy stone slabs, heavy pieces of rock, and rebuilding lost dwarven architecture, art, and precious landmarks. You make yourself through, and you go up the elevator to the Noble District and go through the checkpoints, gaining more views with the various individuals potted with freaking holes in their body,
I need new armor.
carrying a great axe that leaves a trail of black mist and an
You
elemental.
guys are weird.
And that's what he gets for messing with an old man.
One of the more normal-looking people is now not.
Oh.
Wait,
I
and
forgot
that
to
looks
face on the
normal
side.
now?
Full
Yes,
half
you
of the
are.
table. Well,
Derek.
I mean, he's a little old, but yeah, you're the most normal-looking.
You feel
Well, you do. Well,
Something
no, I
said it.
forgot. No. Half elf, but
I can.
dead looking half elf.
as your age restriction and your age from fear sets in permanently.
Because we didn't undo it in time.
You get back to the Growing Career Strait. You are greeted
Sorry, dude.
humbly by not the Master of the House, but let me remind him, Anvil has information that is passing through my head like
I can fix this.
Noldrick?
it's actually Noldrick. Yes, you are correct. I had to remind myself, sorry. As Noldrick, the old, very old dwarven individual that's balding at the top of his head, combed back white hair, but big mustache handlebars that go over and out that you can just see the wax. Essentially, it looks like it's been pressed into place, but it's kind of rocking the style with the various additional dwarven necklaces that are layered properly and not chaotically, along with a dwarven necklace to add to his balding head, to give a little bit of style. And he goes, welcome back.
Your lady's debt has been paid.
I shall inform her immediately.
Is she here?
She shall be here by the evening.
Any chance Lady Lolo has sent message that she's showing? Or is this the time that today's the day she's supposed to show up?
Lady Lolo was supposed to arrive today, but has yet to come.
How many days have we been gone?
To
Oh, excellent.
all right.
So that's 3 days. Woohoo! A couple more days, and I get my anything delivered, like his armor or my instrument? Just out of curiosity.
just to let you know, you never truly gave an address of where to deliver.
No, I know. I have to go
We
pick
told
the
him
other
where we
one.
were staying.
The climber was there.
Oh, then yeah.
Last time I checked it out, no, you did not,
The
because
No.
you never really told him.
I asked him for directions on how to get there.
Yes. So I'll say that he would have come over just to check to see if you guys were here, and it's pretty easy to check if you're here because you guys kind of leave an impression.
Yeah.
So
Even just asking the guards, they're like, oh yeah.
tall metal man, 2 turtles, and a man that drags a rock behind him.
That way.
Not sure.
Now he is right.
Now he has become rock.
Well, before that.
Yeah,
Blue
no, I
elf.
know, I know.
Yeah.
Metal man, rock man, turtle man,
And speaking of which, Isolde Noldrick sees you, he goes,
dead man.
And 2 normal humans.
Berian,
welcome, master. Welcome, masters of the house. I shall ready the wrath once again. And he
Thank
turns
you.
around abruptly. Turns around once again. You have a package in your room.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Noldrick.
Thank you.
As the door closes behind you.
It's time for me to put my battery in.
No, he's still inside. He's just closing the door behind you.
Don't you want your friend to help you with
Yes.
Your friend?
do you have the ability to do exchange?
I should be fine.
Exchange.
I pull the
The platinum
no
or the gem dust?
the gem dust into.
He takes the gem dust. He goes off to the side of the wall where there's a ring of bells, and he chooses the third one to the right, and he rotates it, and there's a ringing.
It's a phone system.
That's what they had back then. A few months go by, and the stableman that has his what's his name again? Before I continue,
Stibbleman.
Those horses have had a nice vacation.
Yol, as his name has gone by, the heavy dwarven man with grain red hair that has two big mustache separations at the center that have horseshoes attached to them, using a giant, what looks to be a warhammer as a cane, coming over. They speak, converse a little bit as the pouch is handed over. It goes, puts his thumbs up and starts walking away.
We'd like that quietly converted. Thank you.
And just continues walking.
I'm going to my room.
Get the sense
I'm
that
gonna take a bath.
everyone in this house has multiple jobs.
I'm
Yeah.
getting that.
I'll be in the bath too, but I want to stop in my room first. Just take a look.
You find a nice set of armor in an armor rack that has been moved to your room of a nice studded leather armor +1.
Do I have a room?
Hmm?
Do I have a room?
Everybody knows.
You have a room, yes, though you have not used it. But there is a forge / armory / training pit in the lower part of the mansion.
I need a pirate place to open my chest, basically.
I mean, if you want, you can.
You
come
have
to
your
my
room.
That's where I'm going.
Bum, bum, bum.
Aren't you?
I'm gonna take my old studded leather.
Why
to
is that
Sam's
sound
room.
effect of all of them?
If you want to open up your chest, you can come to my room.
Anyway,
Don't you
I
want
forgot
the
to
other guy
print
to
it out,
help you
and I
with
do
that?
apologize.
It's okay.
I have it built, but the studded leather armor instead of the it's a dwarven style studded leather armor, so it's a little thicker in other locations that make it more, it has more angular ridges that square off the shoulder line, which is like more of a powerful setting versus a very finesse-driven elven culture. And is very boxy in the chest in order to avert blows in a better way, even though it's just leather, but it still helps a lot. And it definitely has a more flowing nature at the stomach that drives the eyes up to the chest that have been inflated.
All right.
So if we split up the gold-ish, if it all comes out, it's 3,071 each, and 4 silver.
Are you counting the platinum?
That's dividing the platinum.
Okay.
At gold.
Those that hear it hear the front door knock. As Noldrick goes over to take a look, opens it up, you hear a couple conversing, followed by an exchange of a small crate.
Just a moment. Hazel, I owe you 800. So I'm going to give you 800 and also say I am sorry. That was rather rude of me to say that it was funny that you were being kind and asking him to come to your room. That was not nice.
It wasn't. And thank you.
You're welcome.
So I have.
That being said, you're welcome to join. An extra set of hands would be much appreciated.
Did you want Saram's help or?
I
Is
do
that
not
the
think
exchange for
Saram should
gold,
be
or is
needed
it
for
someone
this.
else
Okay.
waiting for it?
What was the amount we're adding again?
3,071 gold and
Bells ring in each of the
Silver.
rooms that you are
Makes me
currently
silver,
stationed,
4 silver.
4 silver.
and there's a general summons to the dining room when dinner is ready and presented.
Do we have time to bathe in between this?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna actually do something.
Okay.
Likewise.
Eck,
Yeah.
Yes?
I treated you unfairly before.
3,070.
I took offense on things you did when you weren't trying to be offensive, and I'm sorry. I'm sure you noticed.
When I saw you there lying on the ground and right after the thing happened to you in the pit, in the room, and Sparks had to dispatch you, the one thing I got to regret was that
I didn't know that part.
Sorry, was that I should have told you that.
But now he knows. So
I assume they're alone, or are they with the group when they're saying?
We're actually heading towards the bats.
Yes.
I'm already out, so I'm not.
I said I didn't tell anyone else, but I talked to myself, saying I didn't get to apologize myself for not liking you as much as I could have. So I'm glad I have a second chance.
Me too. As we could at the bats, and I'd like to make it up to you right now. Have fun. And I turn him in the water, get the water, turn him into a giant snapping turtle.
As you go onto all fours, as your mouth elongates, actually, you're pretty much a snapping turtle already. As you just go more
But now he's a giant
aggressive and generally just
Oh my God!
disgruntled.
It's only large. It's not. You're not going to bust the walls or anything.
You're still pushing the limits, dude. As you walk over
It's
to
a
the
big
pool.
bath.
I'm talking about the door frames.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why I said we go in the water and I do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you're not cutting through the door with that.
you don't get to hear what I say. Oh, you don't know.
tub
You
has a
don't know
single
Aquan, do you? All right. Well,
He does.
The tub has a
I would
single
understand
Yeah.
technically.
I didn't get to tell. All right, cool. We're gonna mess. We thought we messed up that tub before. It's a pool,
I tried.
basically.
It looks freshly scrubbed.
The pool has a single
Oh, jeez.
Once again, I just kind of let myself sink to the very bottom and basically just lay on my back at the very bottom of the water.
And then it gets
Yeah.
dark.
Oh,
because
I'm laying with my eyes closed and then it suddenly just open in fear. I just
And
am
somehow
concerned.
a giant snapping turtle has found its way into the bathhouse.
Fucking torpedo.
Looney Tunes bullshit.
I get to the edge and I look straight at Barry and just,
I don't know.
is that it? We're cool.
Just
Don't
sing
fight you.
You know, context, like a warning, maybe say something, just say I'm gonna turn him into 40 fucking times his size.
No, it's like twice the size.
What's the fun in that?
Exaggerate, just,
You're giving the truth scope.
yeah,
Oh, I get it. I'm a ball.
yeah. I'm not, so
Wait, what?
I'm gonna go back down to the bottom.
Can we,
I'll join you.
It's not a dive so much, it's just a
Barry,
different color.
did you jump into the water?
Uh-huh.
So a
I'm only
trail
260
of,
pounds, though.
yeah,
I'm still lighter than he was when we
yeah,
jumped in.
you immediately sink. But that's not a problem. It's, you don't.
That was gonna be like me underwater.
I'm just imagining like dirty water
Oh yeah,
surrounding.
there's a trail of dirt and debris
And
that
I can
falls onto
be
it,
here.
and it almost looks like a mud elemental rock. But after a
It's
while,
a mud monster.
he stops exuding dirt and debris
Okay.
as it just continues to cling to his body. As he was very dirty and filthy, that's the nature of an earth element or earthborn.
Oh, he also, came out of the ground.
Yeah.
It's like the end of Pacific Rim and they're completely at the bottom.
That's exactly how I picture it's gonna be with our first time walking through the ocean.
I take a quick bath and Misty step out.
Yeah, I know. Start cleaning. Start cleaning.
Which will be
And
the
just
first
make
time
the
I've
water
ever-
murky for the snapping turtles.
Yeah, I'm not lingering either.
On your way out from that sensor bar, because of the poor pool, you run into Nuldrick
Yeah.
with his big mustaches and heavily wrinkled face. Just
I'm sorry.
Prestidigitation helps.
Heck.
I
Not in the pool.
I walk up to Nuldrick as I am already leaving the room and I don't care how much you're being paid, it's not enough.
the Chrono Brigade sends their regards as he holds out one of the various bottles of wines next to the crate that he pulled out.
Oh,
That's nice of him.
Better check it to make sure it's not poisoned.
Please understand.
I don't think so.
Did you say anything to garnish attention of them?
Like what?
I mean,
Probably.
attention is.
He turns and leaves the crate with you, taking the single bottle away with him.
There was one bottle or a bunch of bottles?
There was a crate of 12 bottles.
And you took one.
He
No
took
drink.
one,
He deserves
drink.
He
it.
deserves it.
turns, goes into a room,
No, come back.
places the bottle on the
You're gonna
master's,
do the second one.
Mrs. Coinbrew's master study, puts it on her desk, turns around, make sure you do not enter this room,
I pull one out.
grabs it, pulls the top,
He deserves that wine.
and stops and says, "Do you know what kind of wine this is?
Good.
No.
It is 210 years of age.
Sort of me.
Oh.
It is the golden fine wine of Frederic Branco. This is the last case that would be on the market.
Oh.
150 gold pieces per cup.
Wow.
So a bottle would be worth.
About 500.
So let's sell them.
Well,
No.
and you more than earned your welcome.
Damn straight.
So,
walks
10
away.
bottles.
There you go.
That is how you.
He kind of dropped his professional demeanor.
Yeah, damn
You
straight.
know,
Especially
you know
after-
what? After dealing with all of us, I'm surprised if any of them are still
It
professional.
wasn't even me this time.
Well, they're paid to
I
be
know.
professional.
It's the fucking
and that's their
total.
entire
I
job.
asked him though.
The
We
dirt.
didn't tell them anything about the Coinbrew estate. They already knew.
That is not the problem. Did you tell them anything? What have you told them? They liked what you said, something. What did you divulge?
I didn't divulge anything. We did have somebody in our group say that we knew Lady Lolo.
And his eyes kind of just loll back into his skull.
I know. However, it could be a good thing in the long run because
Puts his finger up.
uh,
May I assume that you have connection with Archmage Lady Lolo?
multipass.
I shall inform the mistress of the house that you have connection to Archmage Lady Lolo.
I didn't think it was a big secret because we made quite a scene at the board with her.
Yes, I have been informed of that one day ago.
Yep.
Is that a problem?
It wasn't. Now it is.
That stone that you possess.
Yeah, it works good, doesn't it?
And he takes another sip. That stone that you possess marks you as property of Lady Lolo until you are no longer needed. May the gods that you pray to have mercy on you.
I don't pray to any gods. I'm related to one.
Then you're fucked.
Well, one's my dad.
I'm still standing here with the bottle of wine.
Eyes going back and forth.
I pray the one God. Seychelles, dolphin of the waves,
So
God of the sea.
just think of it this way: the more we benefit, the more you benefit. You got a nice bottle of wine.
You have made the Kyndred Estate, redacted Kyndred Estate, a target of the Chrono Brigade.
A target? Why?
You suggested that we had a good connection.
No. We never said anything about you guys having connections.
You work for the Kyndred Estate. That is all it is. That is all they need.
Okay. Well, we didn't mean to, did we?
You see a giant.
I'm,
Snapping
and
turtle.
I'm under the water still.
Shouting back into the bathroom.
As you look in the bathroom, you just see the tip of his skull.
It was
just
the. Yeah, it wasn't me. I knew better. It was the turtle.
I did not speak at all during the conversation.
You hear a
Even I
dwarven cuss
didn't
under his
speak.
breath as he looks at the giant
Rock
snapping
off the
turtle in
floor.
the bathroom.
Oh, what did he say?
I got it at the same time.
Let Lady Bello know.
By the old beard.
Oh, okay. He's not happy about it.
Okay, well, it is what it is. There's nothing we can change about it now.
It's true.
But we were honest with you about it.
Hey, if they do any damage to this place, we'll do damage to them.
I'll hold you to that word.
What do you...
And I climb out, and all the tile is cracking
Why do you
as I'm
keep
climbing
making
out.
fucking promises?
The tile does not crack
new
because
rule.
it's a dwarven estate.
No,
They
no,
do not
yeah,
make
no,
that
no.
kind of
You
shit.
do not negotiate for
Hey.
the
Is he
whole
coming
group.
out of the
I know,
I
but
drop it.
But what?
we
You know
agreed
what?
to guard this place in the first place. That's why we're allowed to stay here. We know
Right,
the
and at
person who
some point-
owns the
At some
home,
point that will end.
and we
We
know
just
the
made
person
an
who owns
open-ended
his home.
agreement. We will leave
I
here.
already have an open-ended agreement with her. What are you worried about?
No.
I'm so glad I'm not here to see this.
I'm really glad I'm not there.
We have an agreement that will end at some point. The promise you just made was open-ended. Means once we leave here, if something bad happens, you've just given a word that we'll come back and help.
All right, fine. I'll come back and help.
No, you said we. Just understand it's all of us.
Please tell me Noldrick's listening to this. Please tell me Noldrick's still there listening to this part.
Oh, my.
Noldrick. Not Mildred.
No, I said Noldrick.
Oh, you said, I heard
Noldrick.
Mildrick. I'm like,
No,
who's
she
Mildrick?
said Noldrick.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, he's still there. He's just kind of sipping his, very classy, sipping his
Right out of the
Bottle.
bottle, yeah.
Hey,
Is he
He's
low
got,
bottling it or
he's
is he
got a
necking
pretty good burn in his cheeks right now.
Okay,
it? Is
correct.
it good?
sir.
Is he
I'll
necking it
come
or is
back
he
and
low bottling it? Is he bottom bottling it? I like him at
Is there
like,
anything else that the masters need at this time?
yeah, you should
low
probably
bottle, mid bottle?
take care of that pool. It's not doing too well right now.
Eck! Stop saying words.
When do you get silence?
Just trying to. He was asked.
Do I get that?
Yes.
I'm going to the
Then
kitchen.
Probably after I rest.
Let us know when Lady Lolo and they would have known anyway. She's coming here today. Or
Yes,
The
but
coin
there's
group.
a difference to have a meeting with the Archmage than to be owned by the Archmage.
oh, they didn't know about the stone. They don't know that we're owned. He just said that we knew her.
He looks at the bottle.
Oh, trust me. It's worth it.
We did a big favor.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? Yeah, I know. You're drinking, so it should be all good.
On the job.
Is there the size in which the favor we delivered to these miscreants was fairly substantial? Did she get her money's worth?
Can you reform the question? I'm a little...
The favor we repaid for Miss Coinbrook was fairly substantial. Came at a great cost to us. Did she get her money's worth?
That is not me to say.
Wow, you are drunk. Okay. See you at dinner. Send a message to the bartender. Hopefully I'll be free tonight.
He kind of turns.
Never
I don't think Mom's ready to be a
As
family
dwarves are normally sturdy against, poisons, this bottle's having a kick.
I'm gonna want to
So it's strong.
So each of us should withdraw a bottle to our room, so that we have it, and then maybe have the bottle for one bottle for dinner amongst all of us, or 2 bottles for dinner amongst all of us.
Well, it's 10 left, 8 of us, 2 bottles for dinner, and then we each get one.
2 don't really.
Wait,
On your way out to your rooms, you see
3,
Gaw.
6, 7.
Well,
there. One bottle gives them. But
Uh,
you guys are gonna see less.
Huh?
How are they gonna drink?
I will say, while you guys are like separating, taking the bottles, you see Gaw coming down the hallway in his bathrobes.
Oh, yeah. Number 8.
Opened up the door, goes into the bathroom. And a few moments later, he comes back out, throws the freaking towel on the floor, and just walks away.
Thank God. Bottle number 8.
Aged 210 years.
Enjoy.
Apparently it's very strong, so go easy or don't.
He kind of hugs it.
Does anyone want this stew? All right.
I'd like to see the turtle flip somebody off.
He gives like just a freaking middle finger to you.
Like some British.
Fingers. It's
He knows it was you.
Okay, so that leaves 2 bottles. Just tell them for dinner's sake or something.
just
Keep it for a holiday.
There is a note for you, Sonny,
Oh.
in your room actually. 2 notes. One,
you're a father now.
from the your father now. 2 days to find out.
Dwarves and half elves.
It's from the barmaid. She is interested in trying again. She is still processing what happened.
Nice.
Yep.
It was that good, even with the bad stuff she's coming back.
Yes, it was definitely a 50-50
Based on
shot.
money, I'll do.
She basically gives it was a 50-50 shot, and she's willing to do another coin toss. However, if you have another teacher in bed, she's not coming back.
Another seizure. Good way to describe it.
Yeah.
But if you have another seizure, I'm not coming back.
The second one is actually from the big, lovable, giant dwarf, baker magic shop owner.
Oh,
Just wondering your position, and hopefully that you guys are okay. And
I'm gonna go
mainly
visit
too that you need to return to imbue your essence, imbue your magical essence, your magical origins to your violin to make it yours.
oh, okay.
So,
Do we have time to do that before dinner?
unfortunately, no, they would be closed enough before you get there.
I'll go with you in the morning.
Yeah, morning.
I have to trade in this.
I'm always about giving my essence to something.
Oh,
I'm
God.
gonna go probably.
Oh
swing
God, I
by
know what
later.
that means now.
Oh.
2 things.
And now,
It's okay. You will find you a
experience
nice pile of rocks. I promise. Oh, wait, now you know what. Oh. No, you know about dad and mom and all that crap now.
oh, I watched it click in his head.
Your mother was a rock pile.
No.
He's a human.
No, I just
No,
because you're rock.
2 things.
Okay, Sparks?
1. I think you're. Are you helping me in my
Yeah,
room?
I'm helping
Okay.
you.
We're worrying about the battery, but 2, I'm probably gonna pay the big guy a visit because I'm gonna check out that armor he has. If anything, I'm gonna have him make me a new set because I put a down payment on it.
Okay, well, right now, if you leave right now, the shop will be closed by the time you.
No, I'm doing
We'll talk in the morning.
I'm tired, man.
Okay.
I know I don't get tired, but I'm tired.
Okay. So
Mentally-
yeah,
mentally-
you're
mentally
mentally
done.
strained
Yeah.
right now. So you open up Sparks. What are you trying to do, if I ask? Just to help him?
I need to see if it'll even fit in the section. If not, I'm going to have to take it out, clean it out, and put
So-
the one in.
Okay. So taking the new container that you have, there's minor rust on it, as it looks like it's been through a little bit of weathering, but nothing too severe. You polish it, you clean it, and now taking his entire
that
armor
brush.
off,
Mending.
that has been perforated to hell and back, especially the back section, from his latest.
No, more like the side. He's sitting there hacking things and blocking.
It's all over his body.
Yeah.
He takes a lot of damaging and a lot of just. He's
It's a lot of
bruiser.
crap.
He's a slugger. How much do you undo?
Well, I need to repair everything, at least a little bit.
So you're undoing and everything, and with each bit of the armor that you're helping him take off, which is definitely helping, and it's definitely weird where you take the entire part of the armor of the shoulder, and you just hear a click as something unclicks from the inside of his body without him moving anything.
That's
As you pull out like almost like arrow tips that click in. No, they're like natural arrow tips.
Oh,
that click
okay.
in, like, actually, but
The
they have
pins.
no.
I thought they were leftover arrows.
There's a couple where you see a couple arrows that are still sticking in, which is
take those
why.
out.
Yeah, take that out.
Things aren't moving the way they're supposed to.
Yeah, as you start
Like a
taking a
hitching
piece after piece after piece, and eventually the head piece. The head,
Whoa.
for the first time,
Whoa.
you see his face. It is a strange mixture of a circle, 4 circle eyes. Can you turn that down? Jeez. That don't have the slits anymore, but are just like almost like open in a very young, curious fashion. That are side by side. His mouth is almost like a speakerphone, old speakerphone circle with a bunch of dots perforating it.
Literally a speaker.
Literally kind of like a speaker, with a mouth that goes from the jaw around the speaker head and back, making a strange,
Kind of like a mouthpiece.
almost like a mouthpiece to it. Flat nose, flat head, and right where the head was grounded down by the mine shaft, there's a symbol at the top of his head, along with the rest on the back of his spine, and the rest of his body is actually very there's bulbous like extensions on one areas, but they're like super thin in others, where the rest of the armor would connect and fuse to and take support of the rest of the body. And taking a look in his body, it's very alien, to say the least.
I'm assuming there's a mirror. I'm assuming there's a mirror.
Oh yeah, and you've seen yourself.
Inspecting.
Yeah. Flat ears with metal on top over it, and dome head with a slight crack in his head.
I'm looking at the sphere because it was resonating with me.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that supposed to go?
That's what I was about to ask you.
This
This may be my body, but I don't know everything about it.
Do I see anywhere where it looks like it could fit?
Make an investigation check.
This is a fantastic idea.
And again, his body is still very much like Mr. Incredible, like a super wide chest and like
4 foot shoulders and 2 foot width hips.
Yeah, exactly.
15.
15. You're not exactly adapt for Warforged physical bodies, as you've seen the combination of the woodwork of the strange that is impossible to fit together unless it's physically grown, like a bloody tree, that has the skeletal structure of steel and adamantine infused into his body. To build such an entity would be, by the 15, would be expensive as all hell and beyond your comprehension. As you see along the 15, you see actually the metal striations across his, mainly his chest and legs, the thighs part, especially the ones that are hovering near the hollow parts of his body, along his shoulders, his arms, and his legs, and one at the center of his chest where he moves. There's like a hollow thunk of weighted instruments, part of his bodies, to shift his movements in strange ways. You see simple, not a lot of them, but like 3-point runes at each interval.
What about the one on my head?
The one at your head is the mark of you.
I'm sketching it.
Yeah. You know this, and you were given this information by your father figure. That is a mark of who you are, is how he described it.
Funny, but that's exactly where the horn is.
Yeah. But you do not see where this orb would go. But you do have the cell container.
Does it look like similar to the one that I have?
Yes, it does.
Okay, does it look like it'll fit?
Yes, it does.
I'll give it a try.
You put it in the empty slot,
Yes.
and it extends in. As you feel, it takes about 2-3 minutes for it to fully connect, as it automatically does this, and you feel it start to circulate into your system, and it's rejuvenating. It's the equivalent of having 1 to 2 livers.
I'm gonna take the old one out and check it.
It is 3/4 full.
The new one?
We're going to use that one as a
old
backup.
The old one, yeah.
We're going to take that and use that as a
Is it-
backup.
It has grown exponentially.
Well, I did take a massive amount of beating.
Wait, like full of tar or?
Of that black.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. It
I'm
filled
just
up.
going to look at it.
Yeah.
Use the goggles, my
It's
UC.
3/4 full of that black tar stuff. That
Okay.
is, it's not like a tar stuff, but it has the consistency and also the look of a black tar substance, but it grows like a plant, like a weed.
Okay.
So basically, when it totally turns black, that's it.
It breaks through the seals and gets into him.
Okay.
That's why you took it out. Okay.
I'm taking it, yeah.
Yeah, I'd get rid of
Kind
that.
of a I'm going to use it as a backup if need be, so it's just going to stay there.
Okay, as you take it out.
I'm going to use the goggles on my nude seeing
It takes
and inspect it.
it takes 2 minutes to do that again. Make an investigation check.
Toner change complete.
No.
Hey, can I try those to try figuring out the sphere?
Absolutely. Because I rolled
The
this
spear?
double nat 2.
The
Oh, the sphere,
Yeah.
not spear.
no, sorry, I have a hard time
Go
with that
ahead.
word. Advantage.
With advantage because you have the goggles on my new scene.
I love those things.
Really, 2 11s?
That's
So,
better than it's 2-2.
First time wearing these goggles.
So
on my-
that's a 12.
Yeah. So first time wearing these goggles on my new scene, as you put them on, the world as you start looking down and suddenly you look at your arm.
Oh, I
you
can't
look at
see
your
anything.
hands,
Oh, this
and
is
you
how you
notice
put
how
it.
dry your hands are and how thick the calluses are. And it's like, what the hell?
Jesus,
The sphere. We're looking at the sphere.
I'm trying.
You can play with the goggles later, but look at the sphere.
But all
But
said,
my hands look terrible.
but all said and done, as you all do your various things in the evening, have rest, start to eat.
I would also like to take a bath at some point and walk in and see the bathtub and just
Is
yell
destroyed.
after Eck.
You see God just kind of drinking on the hallway near the bathtub and just kind of waiting for someone to clean it because it is the only bathhouse of the house.
Really?
Well,
I'm
yeah, 'cause-
surprised a house this big wouldn't have multiple bathrooms.
Well, they kind of put it all into one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
It is the size of a
Now,
swimming
the
pool.
pool
yeah.
is
I
off
don't
limits.
expect you to wreck it with one bath.
They don't
You're not allowed to go in the bathtub first anymore.
No, yeah.
I'm not here right now. I'm in the kitchen.
No, I found you.
eating a bunch of shit.
God, sitting down, just
Unseen.
writes down, writes on a piece of paper, Eck is no longer to bathe before rest of group.
Yep.
To be fair, it was also kind of all the dirt coming off from the rock, and also he was the one.
Yeah,
that
that
changed it.
overshadowed whatever I did.
You made
Just-
it worse.
I would
though.
like to go
it
to
was-
the
I'm
library
just
if I
saying
have
it
to.
was
Why is all
Like
this
the
black
library
coming off of you?
in the estate.
Just
Of course, but we will do that.
you know what happens.
You know, since this is wrong.
Everyone, so as you wind down, take a moment, take a rest. As
Yeah.
apparently 2 days passed
I'm gonna do what I can to mend my armor.
in this strange phenomenon of going into and handling spirits of restless nature. Confusing events happened. Unknown circumstances yet to be understood. In a plot that you don't know if you should chase or not. Or at least the ones that have not taken the blood oath. We will see you next time as we end tonight's session here and now. Till next time, keep rolling, everyone. Bye-bye. How to make a butler
You're not allowed to
immediately
take that
drunk on the
before
job.
us.
So, see, I took
So
the
my
shot.
just raise my AC by 1.
Yes.
Cool.